Pangarap ko ang Paskong mapayapa, walang kaguluhan, lahat maligaya, walang lahi, walang yaman, salo-salo sa lungkot at saya.
Ikaw ako, sila tayo, iisang mundo ang ating tahanan, iisang pangarap. Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing magkulay ang buhay.
Iisang pangarap,
iisang pangarap. Pangarap ko, ang Pasko ay masaya. Lahat ng tao ay nasa piling ng mahal nila.
karamay ka, kaibigan mo, hinding-hindi ka na mag-isa. Ikaw ako, sila tayo,
Isang mundo ang ating tahanan,
isang pangarap.
tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing makulay ang buhay. Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing makulay ang buhay.
Ikaw ako, sila tayo, iisang pangarap.
Iisang pangarap.
Isang pangarap. Isang
Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, let's spread the joy and laughter, let's make the world much brighter. This plate is better, this plate is better. This plate is better.
It's played, it's better.
Blade Auto Center offers you a wide range of car accessories, auto parts, tools, and car-related gift ideas. Find everything you need here at Blade Auto Center. You're tuned in to Blade Radio. Blade Radio. Here at Blade Auto Center, we always put our customers first. We know our parts and products, and we've got the best merchandise at the right price. This is Blade Radio. Blade Radio.
All programs on Blade Radio Live are purely for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed by the host and the guests do not reflect that of the show, the management, and the company. Now, Bladers, sit back, relax, and enjoy our show.
Hey there guys, Saber here. Welcome back to Blade Radio. Here we're always pushing the pedal when it comes to bringing you the best mix of driving music and high quality, value for money car products and services.
You got Edge right here too, and you are absolutely right, Saber. It's all here under one roof. And what's more, our friendly and attentive staff is always on hand to give you expert advice on the latest car products available.
Of course, Blade offers top industry brands like Sparco, 3M, Dub, Meguiar's, Pioneer, Mothers, Garment, and many more, all of course at a very reasonable price.
We hope you enjoy your visit here at Blade Auto Center. Meanwhile, let's get right back to the music. Keep it here and always remember, if it's Blade, it's better.
Okay, so once again, mga Bladers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our social media channels. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. The keyword is Blade Auto Center. So, yung mga nanonood earlier, pasensya na kayo na ninenervyos na naman ako for this morning. Kasi yung guest natin artistahin. Yun. Kaya eto, anyway, mamimit nyo siya later. So, right now, magsha-shoutouts tayo. So, hinihintay ko lang sa screen, no? Ang shoutout natin. Let's see. Magandang Sarah Rio, hi Nisma, magandang papo kayo sa umaga. So maganda lang ako, maganda. Ganon. Woo! Yahoo. Okay. So far, tulog pa yata ang mga natin. Ang mga what's this? Magsha-shoutout dapat para sa artistahing guest natin. Okay. So, again, no, habang naghihintay tayo ng shoutouts, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our social media channels. Napupulol ako, sorry. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. And the keyword is Blade Auto Center. Eto na, may mga shoutouts. Good morning from Road Sport Philippines. Hello, Sir Leo. Salamat. Good morning. And Dean Carver, hi! Hello, Dean. Okay. Ayan, galing sa boss natin. The discussion today should be interesting. So, yes, boss. Like I said, artistahin yung guest natin. And I'm sure maka-flood tayo sa shoutouts. Kasi maraming fans itong artistahin guest natin. Mga kamote, labas. Huwag na. Labasan na ng mga kamotes. Shout out sa Mega Force, FILEX. Yan. Thank you for watching. Hi, Ruby Rojas. Hello. Hi, JR. Yes, we will shout out sa Kamote Riders. Is it Animus or Anonymous? Kamote Riders Bacolod and Talisay Chapter. Wow! Nagpanood na tayo all the way up to the Visayas. Paano sa Mindanao? Manood na rin kayo. Okay, saan pa? Thank you ng mga shout out. Yes, Road Sport Philippines. Thank you. National President Remo. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Okay, so we will pag-iipon pa tayo ng mga shoutouts kasi magtulog pa yung mga ibang tekamotes. Okay, so first I'm going to introduce ito para sa mga mot-mots para hindi pala nakawin yung motor nyo kung lalo na yung mga san-san mga nakapark, no. Ito yung Blade Spiral Lock. And guess how much? 88 pesos lang po. May dalawang susi. Siyempre yung isa duplicate at yung isa dadalhin mo. Pag nawala, bahala na kayo. And our next product is the Blade My Gloves. Actually, maganda siya. Mauwi ko kaya ito mamaya. Ayan. Malagkit-lagkit. So it's got magandang grip siya for the sticky-sticky yan for gripping. Tsaka, mura lang to. Okay, wala dito yung price, but It is only $5.99 and 75 centavos. Diba? Nice color. Siguro may iba pang color sa baba to. And what else? Aha! Ito. Ang companion ko for the whole radio show, no? Ito. The Hero Helmet. And you can see it's double visor na siya. Medyo nakalock yata. Ayun. There you go. Yun. Ano pa? Mahigpit pa. And ito ay makukuha nyo lang for 2,499 pesos. And may mga iba-ibang kulay din ito sa lahat ng sa lahat ng Blade stores nationwide. Or pwede kayo mag-shop online at blade.ph. So there you have it, mga kamot-mot. If you need any motorcycle products and safety gears, available lahat to sa Blade stores nationwide. Or pag tamad kayo lumabas, pwede nga online shopping sa blade.ph. Yahoo! Okay, so pag-commercial break muna tayo, and we will be showing the trailer of Good Times Bad, and itong starring Hansa Cabral, Jal Galang, with special participation of Akihiro Blanco, and it is directed by Ara Baldonado. So, libre nyo mapapanood ito sa Blade Auto Center YouTube channel. So, subscribe na.
Hey there.
Big Bang. Doon daw nag-umpisa ang lahat sa isang pagsabog. Ako, si Janus Paraiso. At dito nagtatapos ang storya ko.
Black 2, Black 6. Ako si Jill de la Rosa. Paano ako napunta dito? Toolbox! Ibabalik mo yung toolbox ng tatay ko o ibabalik mo yung toolbox ng tatay ko? Toolbox?
Bakit ba pinagbibintangan na? Ako makakawala lang din yung suitcase ko. Makakanikin ka lang. Sa nanay ko pa yun. Andiyan lang siya, oh. Baka we share the same magnanakaw.
Hindi ako bang sino?
Plan. Except yung last part.
Bawal.
Bawal.
Focus.
Focus.
And ang Good Times Bad trailer. And remember, the Good Times Bad is starring Hansa Cabral, Jal Galang, with special participation of Akihiro Blanco and directed by Arab Baldonado. Yan. So, libre-libre, mapapanood yan sa Blade Auto Center YouTube. So, subscribe na kayo. Good. Kailan kaya magkakaroon ng ganyang movie naman tungkol sa mga motorcycle riders? Okay, so eto na. I'll be introducing already our sweet potato artistahin guest. So ready na ba kayo? Walang shout-out pa rin. Nasaan ba mga fans nitong artistahin guest ko? Wala. Walang shout-out. Hindi, impossible. Yan pa. Wala pa. Oy, nasa kaya mga fans ng Kamote na artistahin guest ko. Mamaya na, baka pa. Hinihintay siguro nila. Sige na nga, pagbigyan ko na kayo. And to introduce our guest for today, let's all welcome Sean Paul Roberts of the Kamote Riders community.
Hello, children.
Diba, sabi ko sa inyo, yung guest natin ay isang artistahing sweet potato. Hi, Sean.
Hello. Hello, children.
Pinaninindigan mo yung pagkakamote mo.
Kumusta tayo?
Ikaw ang dapat.
Hey, bakit tulog pa kayo?
Yun, no? Live ka kasi, no? Kaya nandun yata yung fans mo sa sa live, yung live Facebook live mo Hindi nandito sa aming Facebook.
Narinig ko pala yung narinig ko yung tanong mo kanina kung sana may movie about motorcycle riders.
Yeah. Anyway, before we get into that, we'll have a commercial break and we'll be back. So, please stand by.
Oh, gising na kayo, Andito na ako.
My name is Sean Roberts, and I'm the founder of Road Warriors Club, or easily called as RWC.
I'm Jay, and I am the founding chairman of Solai 125 Owners Unified Legion Motorcycle Club.
I'm Lovelove Consejo. I am a superbike racer, a road safety advocate. I'm an officer of the Luzon Motorcyclist Federation. I didn't expect that conversation. Yeah. Sean, ano ba yan? Ano yan? Halungkat sa pauso. Anyway, yung commercial namin ni Kamote, Sean, this was 2-3 years ago.
I just started Kamote Riders at the time. And I remember telling you.
Oo nga. At saka, pero that first time I saw you, halatang-halatang artistahin ka na.
Maarte lang talaga ako.
Yeah, right.
Maarte parang rich kid.
Pero, di ba, Sean, isang, ang alam ko, isang singer ka So, I heard of the popular bar.
I actually am a man of many things. Jack of all trades, master of none. I used to be a dancer.
Pole dancer?
A professional dancer. Well, any type.
Yeah. Tapos?
I was a professional dancer. I started from ballet and jazz, and then I switched to ballroom. So I've been traveling around Asia, mostly, teaching people how to dance, coaching. Training competitors.
So you are considered as DI ba yan?
I refuse to be called that. Kasi I'm a dance professional.
Okay, and then so ano ba yan? From dancer, naging rider ka?
No, I've been riding all my life because my dad really started me off from the motorcycle thing. The love for cars and bikes, because he used to have like a 1942 Indian. He had those old cruisers for Harley cruisers, and he had 3 wheels na Harley. Alam mo yung uso yun dati, mga hippies, di ba? Naka 3 wheels na Harley.
So Sean, so you're saying pala, nagmana ka sa daddy mo?
Sort of, yeah. I'm happy enough for my dad and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro my dad's charm and my mom's mouth.
I hope they're not watching today?
It's okay. It's okay. My dad's dead. My mom's in the States, so no one can hear it.
Malay mo, your mom's watching us live right
She
now.
might be because I shared it on my Facebook, so
Yun.
she could be
Ayos.
watching.
Pero ano, Sean, out of my curiosity, actually, I don't know kung curiosity rin ng mga fellow Tekamots natin. No?
Yeah.
Kasi, imported ang itsura mo, tsaka imported yung name mo eh.
Yeah.
Are
Well,
you half-breed?
I'm not even half of anything. I'm like a fraction of a lot of things. My mom's German Jew, and my dad's basically Portuguese Filipino. So I'm about this much Filipino.
Okay, and then...
I mean, this much Filipino sa genetics, pero puso, Pinoy na Pinoy to.
Pero born ka dito sa Pilipinas?
I was born here. I was born in Davao.
Oh, okay.
I was born in Davao.
Biglang may naalala ako kasi may mga chismis kumakalat kasi nga daw you were born in Davao. Pero I will, hindi ko na lang babanggit.
Hindi, merong isang chismis. Gusto mo ng chismis talaga?
Sige.
Matinding chismis. I don't know. Wala naman yung nanay ko, hindi nakikinig.
Sige.
My mom used to be, for a short time lang, for a short while, Digong's girlfriend.
Confirm!
True story yan. True story.
So kaya may chismis na ikaw ay yung anak ni Presidente Duterte, di ba?
Sa labas. Hindi, pero hindi totoo. Kinonfirm ko na. Kasi kung anak talaga ako, dapat sunod na ako na presidente.
So para patunayan, ikaw ay hindi anak ni Presidente Duterte.
Hindi naman. I never wala akong pake dyan. I'm not into. No, I'm sure I'm my dad's because I have my dad's features.
Sige. Sabi
Hindi
mo,
magkalayo yung ilong namin ni Digong.
So, Mr. President, pardon itong pag-usapan namin. However, if you are listening, Mr. President, if this is your long-lost child, nandito na po siya. You can...
Actually, Duterte and I are very similar in so many ways. Sa ugali siguro. And the way we like to run things. No? We're authoritarians.
So, have you met the President?
Pero, personally, yes. Kasi ang Davao is you know what? Itong dapat nyo maintindihan sa mga taga Davao. A person like me would be sitting with the former mayor, which is the president now, and then siguro yung kapatid niya, mga congressman, sila Boy Nograles. We speak like as if we're neighbors lang, alam mo yun. Kasi very down to earth ang mga taga-Davao.
Hindi ba you guys speak like family?
No, we speak like family. Hindi kami, wala kang makikitang hierarchy doon or parang they're very down to earth people. Tingnan mo siya magsalita.
Okay.
Kala mo taga-kanto lang. Kasi sanay kami sa even our humor is the same.
Okay.
And so, that's why the writer is very successful also. Kasi ganun din ang format eh. It's parang easy-go-lucky na
Yun. So we are actually getting there. Tatanungin ko na nga sana eh. Since ikaw ang founder ng Kamote Riders community, kasi it's not a club, it's not a group, di ba?
Yeah, it's just a community.
Yes, and technically, kasama ako sa community.
Yeah, he's there. Iñaki is there. Gilbert is there. Road Cruz is there.
You'd be, actually, mga kabladers, masusurpresa kayo kapag kasama nyo ang Kamote Riders community.
Yeah.
It's not what you think eh. Kasi yung term na kamote ay gasgas na hindi parang hindi bad reputation na siya.
Actually, ganito yan.
Yeah, however, kasi he put up he founded the Kamote Riders community. So Sean, explain mo sa mga kabladers natin.
Kasi ganito yan. Kasi there are two things that the Filipinos are not familiar with.
Okay.
Sarcasm and parody. So Kamote Rider is much more of a parody,
Yeah, but pero kasi 'di ba sa karamihan ng mga kababayan natin or lalo na pag hindi sila riders, ang impression nila sa kamote riders ay mga pasaway, masasamang ugali, alam mo na. So, how can we prove them wrong?
Well, to spark interest in the first place. Siyempre, ano sila, parang curious sila. Anong grupo to? Bakit puro mga kamote to? So they actually get in the group. And then the moment they realize, like, hindi naman pala ganun, di ba? So they get a good laugh. And then, since nakikita nila yung ginagawa namin, it actually sparks interest also na, ay, mga matutulungin pala itong mga to, or nakakatawa itong mga to, nakaka-enjoy, nakakawala daw ng stress. Yun na actually, karamihan, ganun ang purpose nila, kaya nandun sila.
Pero ano nga, so, why? Why did you come up with the name Kamote Riders Community?
Because I used to post my own videos there. It started as, like parang my own page lang, posting my videos, because alam mo naman tayo, minsan, maglalaro-laro, alam mo yun, driving like that, or minsan nakikipag-away ako sa kalsada. So, things like that. Because I try to educate people talaga. That's the point of, actually, matagal na akong kilala sa mga Facebook pages. Kasi, ang ano ko talaga dyan is I try to educate people from fixing their bikes, maintaining their bikes, hanggang sa nagkaroon ako ng grupo. Yung unang grupo ko, yung Road Warriors Club, puro sa mga jigsaw yun.
Right.
So that's the first.
So you're saying, kahit ikaw ay isang kamote rider, may silbi ka din. May silbi ka pa.
Ay, naku, malaki ang silbi namin. Like now, si Peewee, who's supposed to come here, they're repacking relief goods para sa Cagayan, yung mga nasa Lantado. So this group is very, very active. And the thing I love,
active kayo sa mga charity.
Mostly charities.
Okay.
Charities. Like if you can see the ones on the pictures I said, yun yung kay Lolo Pidjong. We gave, nakuha na yun kay kay Jessica Soho yata. But then again, we were the ones who finished the job, like gave him a house, yung store niya. Kasi hindi kami niniwala sa bigay lang ng pera. That's not how we fix solutions. If you give someone money now, pera wala din yan. You give them parang kabuhayan. So, ganun kami mag-isip. Hindi kami yung parang band-aid lang.
Pero for example, in this situation that like now, si Kamote Peewee is in or is on the way to Cagayan.
It might be.
To be distributing relief goods. Parang paano yan pag hindi passable yung mga roads where ibababa nyo yung mga relief goods?
I cannot disclose all our assets kasi hindi na namin inaano yun especially sa Kamote Rider, hindi namin hindi namin niyayabang kung meron kaming mga access sa higher up.
Okay.
Kasi one time pwede kaming makisabay sa, let's say magpasabay sa mga C-130.
Okay.
Alam mo yun?
Yes.
Sila bahala kung i-airdrop nila or meron silang or i-include sa ibang parts or sa ibang what do you call this? Mga ibang department na pupunta doon, isasabay na lang. Or yun talaga, basta kung ano matulong namin sa government or sa local government.
Okay. That's nice, no? And then, Sean, do me a favor and read the shoutouts. Kasi I'm sure lahat ng shoutouts.
Hello po. Sec Gail of RSPH here, watching from Pampanga. God bless you.
Sport, Pampanga. Hi, Secretary Gail. Okay.
Si Kamote Killing pala live, kakagising lang, pa-wash out. Kamote stress, Martires. Pa-shoutout, Master. Mabuhay ka hanggang gusto mo. Actually, maraming mga jokes na nagsimula sa Kamote Rider. Like yung we don't die, we eat. Sa amin yan Moto namin yan.
Ayan pa, from Nueva Ecija, no?
Ayan, Unified Kamote Rider. Kumusta kayo dyan? At saka gusto ko na rin i-shoutout yung mga members ko all over the Philippines na naapektuhan nung last na bagyo. some of them message me na kailangan daw talaga nilang rescue at saka mga medical attention and relief operations. So far naman, nandiyan na yung gobyerno natin at saka yung ibang members natin na tumutulong. So that's a good thing. Paano daw sumali sa Kamote Riders? Yeah, that's a good question.
Oo nga, paano nga ba?
Alamin mo muna kung taga saan ka. Kasi marami tayong sakop. What you do is maybe you join the page and then you ask who i-bigay namin sa inyo yung mga tawag nito, yung mga nag-handle ng chapters. Tapos, sali lang kayo, wala naman kami. We're not a club. You don't have to pay anything. Wala kayong babayaran. We're not asking for money. Kasi ang Kamote Riders community po talaga is more of parang, ano lang yan siya, yung kusa namin. Pag tumutulong kami is from our money, from our pocket. Meron namang nag-sponsor. Salamat. Pero marami na rin napatas na rin yung bulsa namin dito. Kasi this is really for the love lang of kindness lang to people. Ayan, si Piwi nag-message na, stuck here in EDSA Cubao. Sorry, tinaara. Ako makakaabot. Lab.
Okay, Piwi, you still have 30 minutes?
Hindi, actually, baka mga pagod pa nga yun eh. Kasi nga, until umaga, nagre-repack sila.
Yeah, understandable, Piwi. Take care, ha?
And Boss Kamote, Sean, pwede ho makahingi sticker. Hindi po ako mahawak ng sticker. Matagal ko na sinasabi yan. Anything that involves money, wala ako. Because I don't want to be the way I speak, mas gusto ko yung walang pwedeng ibalik sa akin. So, pag money involved, wala. Wala kayong mababalik sa akin.
O nga pala, Sean, so the Kamote Riders is how many chapters na ba kayo?
Plenty. I cannot count them. We have chapters in every single part of the Philippines. Every single region, sigurado yan. I'm sure of that.
Nationwide na. How about abroad?
We're almost 200,000 yet.
How about abroad?
Abroad meron din. Si Canadian Kamote Rider, member natin yun. Sila Ed. Yung vlogger na si Ed.
Okay.
Who's American. He's also a member of Kamote Rider.
Wow, so international.
If I leave for the States, then kakalat tayo. Magkakalat ng Kamote.
Ay. Yan.
Bakit po Kamote Rider? Kasi lahat naman talaga tayo kamote eh. Huwag na tayo mag-deny.
In what sense?
We are humans. We make mistakes. Ganun yun. No one is perfect. Kaya nga ang lagi nating pinaparating sa page is yung pinagtatawa na natin yung kalokohan natin, but then again, we are admitting our mistakes and we are educating people, how not to be how not to die.
English mo pa, pwede ka nga mag-Tagalog eh.
Pwede nga, para hindi kayo mamatay, kaya namin kayo ine-educate lagi. Pero we do it in a way na inaalas ka namin kayo. Kaya sikat sa page dati yung mga may ng sukat dito sa page. Kamote na po ba ako?
Ayan.
Kamote na po ba ako? But things like that happen. Hindi naman, we don't try to judge people naman. Accidents are accidents. Basta hindi kami nakakalimot na magpaalala sa kanila. To be responsible on the road.
Ayan, inasikaso ko logistics for charity. O nga, yes, PV, we're aware of that. Thank you so much for helping our kababayans. Malasakit sa kapwa rin ng Kamote Riders.
That's another thing pala about Kamote Riders, no? Because they're very dynamic. I don't have to tell them what to do. They know what to do. I'm more of their guide lang eh. Whatever they need.
Master.
Parang advisor nilang nila ako. But they can do, dynamic sila. They do whatever they need to do. They don't need to be told. Because that's how I train them.
Ano to? Ito. Photoshop, isang papogi post. Papogi post o post? Yahoo!
Post that.
post yan. Hindi
Isa pa yan, tinuturo. Kaya ako lagi nag-English kasi tinuturoan ko sila mag-English.
From John Carl Onke.
Si Breezy Rider. Oo, ano namin yun. Member pa rin naman yan ngayon.
Sino yun?
Mga vlogger yan sila. May vlogger. Kasi alam mo, hindi kayo, maniwala kayo sa hindi. Sa Kamote Rider community, hindi lang mayayabang yung mga tao dyan. Pero, you know, some of them are actually famous. Some of them are, kagaya ni Love Love, sikat yan, pero nandun yan, di ba?
Kung kayong artista ng Kamote Riders.
Maarte lang ako. Anyway, sino pa? May mga members tayo from the PNP, from the Air Force, the military. Meron tayong mga ganong members doon. So,
yung yung legal na Air Force, hindi yung
legal na Air Force, hindi Air Force One. Meron din tayo doon. Siyempre. Sabi, kompleto yan eh. We cover our bases really well.
Sean, yan, may nagdo-nosebleed na daw.
Tugo na ilong. So, magaling mag-English yan, kunyari lang yan. Isa pa yan, sa Kamote Rider, akala mo, mga bopols yung mga tao doon. Pero matatalino yan.
Yan, magandang tanong yan.
Kasi akala nila, mga mabababaw. Kasi puro biruan doon eh. Pero yung mga tao doon, mga matatalino yan.
Paano yung tanong na yan, Sean?
Ako, kamoteng gapang. Gumagapang na kamote.
Why?
Mahilig manggapang.
Yun. That's from Road Sport Philippines.
Ayan, Road Sport. Kumusta kayo?
Chapter. Good morning, Road Sport. Mga fans natin yun.
Bulacan, no?
Hi, Bulacan Chapter.
So anyway, like sabi ko kanina, maraming even you know, other groups are interested in Kamote Rider also. Kasi yung Kamote Rider parang ano yan eh. It's sort of a catalyst for most riders and groups. Pumunta sila dun eh. So, maganda kasi pag may project kami, minsan tumutulog like RG, MRO, you know, yung mga, siyempre support tayo sa MRO kasi motorcycle rides yan eh.
Yes.
Sila road crew, so arangkada, you know, andun lahat, napupunta sa Kamote, para siya nagiging catalyst, para siyang, alam mo yun, parang tambayan for everybody. So malaki yung reach natin.
How do you pronounce it? Renisier? Yes, huling kita pa namin is Inside Racing Bike Festival, sayang. Mega Ball! Teka muna, tagal-tagal na yan
Tagal na nun
Okay, yes. Peewee, correct, no? We don't need to mention names anymore. We don't actually need to mention mga posisyon ng mga ibang tekamods dyan. But
actually, sa amin din, sa dami namin project, hindi naman namin pinopost eh. Kasi lagi namin sinasabi, kung gusto nyo talagang tumulong, hindi nyo kailangan ipagmalakihan o ipakita sa iba unless nangingi ng tulong.
Pero paano yung mga gusto tumulong sa'yo?
Punta lang sila sa page. Kung may mga project nandun, support lang sila, sumama lang sila, walang problema yun sa amin.
Hindi.
Kasi community nga tayo.
Para sa'yo, ibang klaseng tulong.
What was that?
Ibang klaseng tulong para sa'yo. What if meron dyan gustong tumulong, pero ibang klaseng tulong? Yung
ibang klaseng tulong, yung may kapalit?
Yung may ano yan?
May kapalit?
Hindi kapalit eh.
Kasi kung may kapalit, hindi na ako pwede ngayon. I'm in a relationship. Hindi na pwede.
Yung makapit sa patalim type of tulong.
We don't do that.
Hindi nga, para sa'yo nga eh. For you.
Ako, hindi na ako pwede ngayon.
They cannot afford you.
They cannot afford me. Mahal ako. Hindi, actually, ayaw namin. Actually, hindi nga namin, we don't even like being, marupok daw ako. We don't like being politicized or anything like that. Ayaw namin yun eh. We want to remain pure. Kaya kami ganyan because we're always like the out punch. But we like to remain pure.
How can you remain pure kung yung founder ng Kamote Riders ay hindi pure?
Para sa akin kasi when I mean pure, I mean the ideology is pure. Because wala namang taong pure. Ako hindi rin, marami din naman akong kasalanan noon. Marami din akong pinaiyak. Diba? Hindi ako pure.
Okay.
Pero yung idealism namin, yung purpose namin at saka yung ginagawa namin is pure. Like helping, with purity yan. Wala kaming hinihingi, wala kaming ano.
Pero ikaw, like you said, no? So I believe hindi na pure lahat yung katawan mo. Pati tenga hindi na pure.
Ewan ko kasi nilapastangan din ako.
So,
nabahiran na ako ng kasamaan.
Nueva Ecija chapter, San Jose City. Hi, Aubrey.
Di ba? Maabot tayo kung saan. No?
Yes, pakalat.
Actually, maganda yung maganda. I've always thought that the platform of the social media, the social media platform was always parang a good tool to use. Basta gamitin mo siya sa mabuti, it's actually a very, very useful tool.
Yeah. True.
And that's what I realized a long time ago when social media started.
Pictures niyo, wow. Ikaw ba yan? Pinalabas mo pa yung mga
Hindi muscle yan, kabayan. Ano yan dun sa tondo, yung masunugan yung tondo. Marami actually, I don't wanna take sole credit, no? Because Ferdy, like, the late Ferdy was there.
Yes.
Yan, katabi ko, si Ferdy yan. He already passed away. Yung katabi ko na yun.
Saan ba yun?
Number 1 din yan. Oh, ito, si Tito Ferds, Kuya Ferds.
This is ano ba to? Unity ride natin to sa...
Unity ride to for yung doble plaka, lo.
Okay.
So anyway, yan. Andun yung RG, andun yung Kamote Rider, yung Road Warriors Club din, kagrupo ko nandun. Arangkada nandun din.
Yung picture
so everybody else, MRO nandun. Parang kumakanta.
Kampanya nga. Wow, ang lalakas ng mga Kamote Riders. Sakong.
Oh, may balo pa ako sa kamay niyan. Kita mo yan?
Kaya nabali yung kamay mo.
Saan nabali?
Saan at bakit?
Ay, hindi ko pwede sabihin.
Yun.
Kunento ko yan sa kanila, tawa sila ng tawa eh. Basta nadulas ako. Kung saan ako nadulas, yun na hindi ko masabi.
Sige. Meron dito Kamote Riders. Solohista Norte. Yan. Solohista. Meron bang ganun?
Soloista. Soloista. Ang group nila soloista. Mga siraulo nga naman. Grupo pero soloista.
Si Piwi ata gusto mabol eh. How much time do I have? Nasaan na daw siya kanina? Ed sa Cubao?
Medyo ma-traffic ngayon. Nagmotor ako eh, kaya hindi ako na. I risk. Can I send a message to everybody? Pati sa mga members ko and non-members.
Teka, hataw muna to. In short, Master, mga lover boy ang kamote.
Jesus, marami mga hindi ko na masabi yung term. Lover boy na, sige.
Sige, ikaw, what do you have to say? Ano balak mo, Sean?
No, I just wanted to, like, everybody's trying to help now with prayers are very welcome, of course. And if you can help na lang, let's keep helping na lang. Alam mo, napapansin ko kasi sa social media, mas maraming maraming eksperto eh. Look, if you wanna inflict change in the world, mas gawin nyo yung dapat kaysa sa magsalita kayo ng hindi naman nakakatulong. Just keep helping na lang. Kasi actually, Yan ang problema natin Pinoy, medyo divisive tayo when it comes to opinions, no? It doesn't matter eh. Magkakaiba naman talaga ng opinion ng tao, but iisa lang naman ang tama, and that's helping each other in the time of need. Ganun lang. Kahit magbangayan kayo dyan.
Ayan. Teka muna, Sean, ha? So we will pause muna for a commercial break.
Sure,
And let's watch muna the Good Times, Bad trailer. So this movie is about, ewan ko pa, kasi ako hindi ko pa napapanood. But anyway, starring to si Hansa Cabral, Jal Galang, with special participation of Akiro Blanco, and it's directed by Ara Baldonado. So libre panoorin to sa Blade Auto Center YouTube. So subscribe na, and we'll be back.
Big Bang. Doon daw nag-umpisa ang lahat sa isang pagsabog. Ako, si Janus Paraiso. At dito nagtatapos ang storya ko.
Black 2, Black 6. Ako si Jill de la Rosa. Paano ako napunta dito? Toolbox! Ibabalik mo yung toolbox ng tatay ko o ibabalik mo yung toolbox ng tatay ko?
Toolbox? Bakit ba pinagbibintangan na? Eh, ako nga wala lang din yung suitcase ko. Mga kanikin ka lang. Sinanay ko pa yun. Ayun lang siya, oh. Baka we share the same magnanakaw.
Hindi ako kung sino yun.
Except yung last part.
Bawal.
Bawal.
Focus.
Focus.
Blade Radio Live would like to thank the following sponsors. Dub Project, Hero Motorcycle Accessories, Micromagic Premium Car Care, Sparco Racing Accessories, Pioneer, Transcend, Bosch, Virtua, Type S. If you like the programs at Blade Radio, please support our sponsors. And now, let's get back to our regular program.
Yan, ang Good Times, Bad trailer. Of course, starring Hansa Cabral, Jal Galang, with special participation of Akihiro Blanco, and it is directed by Ara Baldonado. So, libre panoorin yan. Blade Auto Center YouTube channel. So, subscribe na. Nakakainis naman. Kanina pa ako, medyo nervyosa na naman dahil sa ating artistahin guest. Si Sean Paul Roberts, Kamote Riders Community. Welcome back, Sean. Nakakaano ka eh. Nakakaano ba yan? Yung feeling pagkasama ka,
Starstruck,
nakakakilig. Oo. Kaya ako nabubulot ako, nabablackout ako.
It's funny you said that because the first time I met you when you arrived, alala ko pa yun you were riding a KTM. Ako ang na-starstruck sa'yo eh. Sabi ko, sino yung artista yun? Ang lakas ng dating eh.
Baliktad, parang binaliktad mo lang ang kasi that's how I felt when I met you also.
Di pareho lang.
Oo nga eh. The feeling is mutual.
The feeling is mutual.
Yun, nakilig naman.
Yun.
So, Sean, baka gusto mo mag-shout out on your own. I'm sure maraming, mga fans mo since you went on Facebook Live. Pagbigyan mo naman sila.
Nandiyan naman sila lahat. I'm always thankful lang for them because all through the years, all these years naman, when I ask for help, when we have projects, andyan naman sila. And pag ready, pag meron silang time, they give their time. So I'm very thankful ako dyan. So shout out sa inyo lahat, mga friends ko, mga members ko.
Friends ka pala?
May mga friends din ako. Hindi, actually, medyo na-abandon ko na sila eh. Medyo na-busy ako.
Talaga. Well, anyway, but of course, we'd like to tell yung mga fans mo and of course, sa mga bladers natin to please like, share, and subscribe to our social media channels. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. And hanapin nyo lang, Blade Auto Center.
Anong sinaping mo nung 11/11?
Nung 11/11, wala naman. Kasi
Wala ko puro waiting suit eh. Ako kasi yoga pants.
Actually, alam to ng mga fellow big bikers ko na nung ibang klaseng shopping ang ginawa ko nung 11/11. Yung sweldo ko dito, sinacrifice ko at dinonate ko sa mga typhoon victims.
Yeah. Ako, actually, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, si Love talaga, very yan. Kaya Love ang pangalan, bagay na bagay sa ugali niya, at saka sa puso niya, kasi very helpful talaga. Since time immemorial.
Kaso, Sean, meron isa dyan, hindi ako Love eh. Hindi Love ako.
Nakilala ko yun.
Oo,
may sira sa utak eh, huwag mong papansinin.
Love ang mga Kamote Riders.
Hindi, hater kasi yun.
Hater, no? I think,
isa pa yan, actually. Part of the rules sa page is, kami kasi biruan, we recognize jokes. Right. Sometimes it can be very, medyo harsh or na joke. Ang tawag dyan? Medyo offensive yung joke, pero alam namin na biro eh. Some people kasi are hating na talaga.
Yun eh, yung iba, balat sibuyas.
Balat sibuyas. Madali silang
o yung iba naman, we can't blame them kasi baka hindi nila magets anong pinag-uusapan natin.
Actually, that's not our problem.
Okay.
Your stupidity is not our problem. If you cannot get the joke, then that's your problem.
Pero in fairness naman, ang mga natin sa Kamote Riders, walang bastusan.
Wala naman.
There's nothing malaswag, there's nothing bastos. It's purely, how do you say this? Basta kailangan mag-gets mo yung joke and...
founder binabash eh. Diba? Ako mismong founder, binabash nila eh. yung makayang pag hindi nila.
Oo nga, actually, binabash mo rin yata yung sarili mo eh.
Yeah, because that's what we are. Sabi nga nila, you cannot improve yourself or you cannot improve upon yourself kung hindi mo rin ma-recognize yung mga shortcomings mo. So, okay lang yan. Humility is actually part of a kamote rider trait. Okay.
So,
Wala namang...
so ikaw, kaboteng, oo,
Aring
ikaw.
kamote.
Wala eh. Ano ba? What else would you want to tell our kabladers na tungkol sa kamote riders? Ano pang gusto
Basta welcome kayo doon. Yun lang sinasabi ko. Welcome kayo doon. Huwag na kayo maging oversensitive kasi medyo... Alam mo kasi ganito nangyari dyan. Remember, I used to tell you na I have several pages, lalo na yung mga motorcycle pages, na minsan may mga nangungulit doon.
Okay.
Part of the reason why I opened up Kamote Rider was that pwede ko silang tanggalin, doon ko sila ilipat, o dito kayo mangulit, bigyan ko kayo ng lugar kung saan kayo pwede magkulitan. Kasi minsan, doon sa pages na seryoso minsan ang usapan, nagugulo eh.
Okay.
So, ito yung platform no, diyan kayo. Kasama nyo ako, makikipag-gusto nyo, tarantado. Pwede dito. So, I put them in a place where they can be open. Yun.
Okay.
Kasi sa iba, syempre, medyo sensitive matter. So, hindi pinag-uusapan.
Okay, Aubrey. Gusto ko yan. Kamote sa pangalan, pero di sa lansangan. Kamote Riders, what's this? San Juan, Region 2 yan, no? She's from Region. Kamusta nga pala kayo? The Kamote Riders from ano? Yan, yung Kamote Riders ito, from Aubrey. If she's from Region 2, I hope she's okay. Ayan.
Yeah, I hope you guys are okay.
Oo nga.
Pero mga maano na yung matitibay yung mga Kamote Rider namin. We don't die nga, we eat, ano?
Tapos Sean, ayan sa mga motorists and road users, no? So pag may nakita silang kamote riders on the road, syempre di ba ang mga kamote riders proud and loud yan na nagsusuot.
Pati sticker namin.
Siguro naman we would want to let them know that pag may nakita kang word na kamote riders na suot ng rider, wag mag-assume and wag mag-first impression na sila
actually alam mo ano maganda sa amin sa grupo namin. We are almost self-explanatory, and we really don't give a damn about what others people think, because for us judgment is weakness. Ikaw ang nag-judge. Yung best friend mo na alam mo kung maka-judge ng rider, akala mo napakalinis na tao.
Oo nga. Ano sa tingin mo? Bakit kaya ganyan siya kagalit sa kamote riders or sa akin? Kaya,
actually, sa riders in general, galit siya. Hindi lang naman sa kamote riders.
Sa bagay. Pero
kasi
sa akin,
di ba nga sabi, pag may namamatay, tuwan-tuwa siya.
Ay, oo.
That is not the mindset of a normal person. Yun lang yun. That man needs to be checked. He needs a doctor.
Yahoo! True. Pero galit siya sa akin eh. Matinding galit niya sa akin.
Alam ko ba? Kasi crush ka.
Wow! Tulog to na yung aking headphone.
Ganun yan eh. Di ba kung high school ka, kunyari, tapos niligawan mo or gusto mo, pero hindi mo alam paano express, aawayin mo yan.
Pero buti pa yung may crush sa'yo. Usually, yung mga may crush, they, proud sila to mention the name of their crush. Ito lagi blind item eh.
Hindi kasi pag wala kang, alam mo kung ano to, as a man, as a male, pag wala kang ganito.
Lalaki ka pala?
Because it requires integrity to speak to a woman in a gentlemanly way. So kung hindi ka marunong rumispeto sa babae, hindi ka lalaki.
Kaya kilig na kilig ako dito kay Sean.
So alam mo na kung bakit na-inlove sila sa akin.
Nangilabot ako.
Hindi totoo yan. I mean, integrity kasi ang natin, basehan natin sa buhay. It's not about your money. It's not about your achievements. It's your integrity and honor.
And it's not also your title kung whatever media platform ka galing, di ba?
Like me, they call me Kamote King, di ba? That doesn't get in my head. I'm just another one of the Di naman ako, it doesn't get, whatever it is, fame, power. Kasi dyan mo malalaman yung totoong characteristic ng tao. When you put them in the position.
Uy, guess what? Si Peewee nandito na daw. Pwede pa ba? Habol, Peewee. Last few minutes.
Takbo ka.
Kahit pakita mo ng mukha mo.
Oh.
Yata eh. I hope Peewee is outside. Kahit pakita na lang niya mukha niya. Peewee!
Actually, sa loob mismo ng Kamote Rider, kaming mga admins, nag-aaway-aaway nga kami.
Really?
We have internal problems, pero at the end of the day, ang pinaka-importante sa amin, yung tamang gawin.
So you guys have admins, it's not officers, admins.
Admins, kasi wala namang hierarchy sa amin.
Ano bang difference ng admin and officers?
Well, officers kasi, of course, you have hierarchy. Parang sa military yan, you have sergeant, lieutenant, colonel to general. Walang naman ganun sa amin. As founder, hindi naman, actually, they just respect my opinion. Alam naman nilang I steer them to the right direction. Pero yung Kamote Rider nga is a freedom pledge. So we exercise freedom also. Diba? If I start to mom you just because I don't like what you're saying, I'm not practicing freedom. Kahit na kahit na authoritarian ako, I don't do that. Hindi nga ako democratic eh. But then again, depending nga yan sa'yo. Because if you really want to practice true rights, you have to practice it with everybody else. Kailangan nyo maging pantay-pantay. Kasi once na may hierarchy yan, gagamitin ng iba yan eh. So wala akong, I'm not giving them the tools to screw everything up.
Yun. Ito,
everyone is accountable, including me. Kaya nga sabi ko sa kanila, if you don't like me,
ito. Kilala mo to.
Palitan nyo.
Oh, yan. Kilala mo to. And look who's here, Peewee Cantero. Ayan, no? Oh, sure, no?
Hello, andito ko.
Yan, no? Pangalim mo naman yan.
Sorry na lang. Ng traffic.
Nag-commute. Oh, saludo. Magdo-donate na lang ng relief goods by commuting pa. Wow.
Oy, o nga pala. Kung may ibibigay kayo, diretso na kayo Peewee para isama na sa mga kontakin nyo na lang si Peewee para isama niya sa relief.
Actually, Peewee, pwede mo bunabugong si Sean. Yun. Kaya, pupuntahan ka ni Peewee.
Hindi, paupuin ko siya dito. Palit muna kami. Para dito ka muna, Peewee. Bumati ka.
Ayaw mo na sa akin,
Ha?
Parang ayaw mo na sa akin.
Kasi buong episode nandito namin.
Ayan, pakilala mo naman si
Peewee. Dito ka. Ito si Peewee. Buka mo na. Sit down. Hindi, kasi gusto ko siyang paanuhin eh. Baka may mga messages siya na kailangan
Go ahead.
Peewee.
Yung parang ano yun? Pukpukan.
So abot din.
Yeah, hi Peewee. Thank you for coming and making habol for today. Nag-commute ka just to be here. Malaking bagay para sa akin yan. I appreciate it na you're one of my guests representing also Kamote Riders community. So Peewee, any messages for sa mga fans mo, sa mga followers?
Wow. Wala naman akong fans at followers. Kung sa mga mga kaibigan lang natin dyan, sa mga members ng Kamote Riders.
So anyway, Peewee, kwento mo nga sa pupunta ka yatang Cagayan today, if I'm not mistaken. Magdadala
actually,
ka
after repacking today, siguro matatapos kami late night na. So ito kaya po ako na late ngayon kasi inasikaso ko yung logistics kasi syempre ma'am, once na nag-request ka kasi ng government vehicle, hindi naman agad na once na kailangan ng mga paperworks kasi. So doon parang galing ako ng Malacanang, inasikaso ko yun para mamaya madaling araw mai-provide na nila yung re-request namin na 6x yung truck ng Coast Guard.
Okay.
And then, yun nga, pag natapos mamaya madaling araw, siguro, larga na kami. So, I will bring siguro mga 10 individuals, civilians, para tumulong sa amin doon. Aside from sa mga cost ay bibigay ng Coast Guard sa amin.
So this is going to Isabela, na? Ano ba, Isabela?
Actually, may lugar na kami, ma'am. Ito yung location ng pupuntahan namin. Sorry, sa barangay San Antonio, province of Isabela.
Okay.
So approximately na sa mga matutulungan siguro namin na is mga 1,000 plus families kasi yung box na repack namin ay nasa 1,000 plus din, ma'am, equivalent to siguro 230 to 250 na sack of rice. Tapos ito pa yung mga sandwiches, yung mga toiletries na idadagdag namin doon. Pero yung nga, inano lang namin sa food packs, doon na lang namin parang binase yung lahat ng mabibigyan natin.
Well, thank you so much again, Piwi, no, na tinutulungan nyo ang mga kababayan natin dyan sa Region 2. Lalo na yung mga typhoon victims. Nakutulong na rin kayo yata sa Bicol, di ba?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, ang nangyayari, ma'am, diverse yung pagtulong na ginagawa ng grupo natin sa Kamote community. So, what I did, napansin ko kasi isa ako sa mga nauna sa Rizal, sa mga Regina, nung kasagsagan ng Ulysses, ako sa mga nauna nagre-rescue. So, yun nga. Kinabukasan, napansin ko, lahat ng kayong hindi capable na gumawa ng mag-organize ng malaki ang charity, dito nag-focus sa Rizal, sa Marikina. So, ang ginawa namin, dinivert lang namin yung namin kasi alam namin sa sarili namin na capable kami na mag-organize ng malaki ang charity. So, doon kami sa malalayo. So, yung ibang mga chapters ng Kamote Riders, ang ginawa nila, yung iba sama-sama sila, yung iba naman nagsulo. Pero lahat ng atensyon nila dito sa Marikina, sa Rizal, actually dito sa Montalban din. May iba rin, ma'am, sa Bicol, mga chapters natin doon din sila focus.
Okay, that's nice. But tapos, Piwi, hindi ka ba, you being as one of the admins of Kamote Riders, hindi ka ba nahihirapan na yung mga iba dyan na hindi nakakaintindi or hindi alam ano ba talaga ang Kamote Riders? Yung parang first impression nila, Kamote Riders, ay mga pasaway yan, mga tagilid yan, mga ano. How do you deal with it?
Nung first year siguro, ma'am, ng grupo, andun yung pinapatulan talaga namin yung mga takong ganyan, yung makita yung mag-iisip. Pero as time goes by, ma'am, parang nasanay na kami. So hindi na kami parang effort na ipaliwanag towards other Kamote Riders. Hinayaan lang namin yung mga actions namin yung magsalita. So as time goes by, even yung mga grupo na tumutulig sa amin before na against sa amin, naging kaibigan na rin namin. Example na lang namin. Aware ka dito yung target community. Yan, kaibigan na natin yung mga yan ngayon.
Yes. Pero so, ano mo, na si Sean being the founder of Kamote Riders, anong masasabi nyo or ano masasabi mo sa kanya, no? Yung legacy niya sa pagtayo ng Kamote Riders community? Okay ba to? Or pogi.
Charming.
Charming. Yun, ano ba? Okay ba na nagpatayo si Master Sean ng Kamote Riders community?
Good question yun, ma'am. Actually, napakaganda ng ginawa niya from page. na ngayon parang naging platform na ng pagtulong sa community. Yung ginawa niya na kalokohan before, tignan mo ngayon kung ano nang nangyayari sa Kamote Riders. yung thinking lang na pag may paglagyan lang siya ng mga literal na kamote na gustong mangulit, pero yung mga gustong mangulit na yon ay isa sa pinakamalaking grupo ngayon ng mga riders, and at the same time malaki yung nagiging amount sa lipunan.
Ayan, basahin mo mga shoutouts, TV, kasi dedicated sa'yo na yung iba. Ito medyo yan, yung kay UG. Woo!
Pogi. Mamaya Vaseline ha. Ayun. Kaibigan din natin yun at member din natin yun sa Kamote Riders. Tapos, yun, sa unang group ni Master sa RWC.
Mm-hmm. And then, ito kay Elmer Navera. Maganda rin ang message niya, but it's for Sean. We owe Sean a lot for RWC. RWC, Kamote Riders. Mabuhay ka, Master, more power. Mabuhay ka daw. From Elmer Navera. Yun. Mga fans. TV. Master TV. Yan. Dennis Kison. Ano yung lalabas? TV,
Vaseline.
Mukhang, ano ba yan, Piwi?
Yan yung, kanina pa kasi ako nakatunin sa inyo, yung Master na we don't die, we eat. Isa rin sa mga parang naging kamote na once na ilabas ng Vaseline, it's parang salitang kanto na kung magigets mo yung ibig nilang sabihin is matatawa ka na lang. Pero yung sa iba, yung masyadong sensitive nga. Pero para sa amin, it's just a joke.
Yan. Special request from Marco Ocampo. Ginawa na ni Sean yan. Ikaw naman, TV. Post daw, post.
Ano post mo?
Papogi post. O pabebe post. Bahala ka sa buhay mo. Iya po. Sige na. Ano ba yan? Okay, TV shout out na daw sa nanay niya ay payagan magpatattoo.
Ay, example yung mga ganyan na mga comments pa. Alam mo hindi related sa kung ano yung topic or kung ano yung pinost ng isang individual, pero out of this world yung mga yung matatawa ka na lang pag nagigets mo yung ibig nilang sabihin. Parang nag-post ka ng, I need help, kailangan ko ng kadena. Tapos may magko-comment dyan na, hindi pa ko kumakain. Out of topic ng mga comments.
Ito from Richard Cruz. Talagang kamote post daw.
Bawal.
Bakit? Bulgar ba? Yahoo! Shout out from Kamote Riders Cebu. From Dennis. Hi! Yan. Mga taga Cebu.
Ayun, sa lahat ng Kamote Riders sa buong Pilipinas. Ayun nga. Hindi naman lingid sa inyo yung nangyayari sa sa mundo ngayon, lalo na sa bansa natin, no. Do as you can na tumulong sa kapwa. Be happy, Jollibee. Kung mayroon kayong tutulong sa kapwa nyo na sa tingin nyo kaya nyo naman, organize kayo ng mga organize kayo ng mga charity dyan sa mga chapters ninyo.
Pero Piwi dito, no? I think you are handling, ikaw bang in charge dito sa Kamote Riders Manila?
Hindi, walang in-charge man. Kumbaga kami ni Master, ma'am. Kumbaga kami na yung sa buong Pilipinas na po talaga.
Hindi, like for example,
kabuuan po ng Kamote Riders.
Yeah, kung kunyari meron gustong tumulong o magbigay ng tulong na para ang Kamote Riders ay magdi-distribute, no? Like let's say relief goods, donations, how can they get in touch with you or any of the Kamote Riders chapters?
Yun, ma'am. We have moderators, ma'am. If ever na hindi namin kaya, sabihan kami, ma'am, ganyan. Coordinate namin, sabi namin na i-message nila yung isa sa mga moderators namin para itong mga moderators naman namin ipaalam sa amin kung ano yung certain topic na gusto nyo i-reach out ng mga individuals. Tapos after that, i-delete po namin. Saka namin i-execute.
Okay. from UG Mendoza, more power po Blade Moto. Thank you! And then, from Dennis, ako nga, Piwi. Ako nga nadapa. Hindi umiyak. No, ibig sabihin ko.
Yun yung mga sinasabi ko kanina ng mga comments na parang out of control. Na parang nalulungkot ka na naligaw ka sa page ng Kamote tapos nagbabrowse ka ng mga comments. Iisipin mo, anong kinalaman neto dito sa pinag-uusapan or sa topic? Parang malawak yung pangunawa, matatawa ka na lang kung saan naisip mo na may mga comments.
Okay. Ayan, may wash out. Hindi to shout out. Wash out.
Yan. Master Peewee, pa-wash out Cavite chapter. Yupak. Salamat at mabuhay ka ng ilang libong trilyong taon hanggang gusto mo. Kumbaga, ma'am, yung sa wash out, yan ma'am, kumbaga, they're just, what do you call this? Yung parang, nilalagyan lang nila ng twist ba, yung mga words, para magmukhang nakakatawa.
Mm-hmm.
Parang ganun. Wash out.
Okay, ayan. Kamote Riders, Unified Central Luzon. Israel Valdez.
Ayun, kumusta yung mga chapter natin dyan sa Central Luzon? And, mag-update kayo sa page natin kung kailangan nyo rin ng mga tulong dyan kasi alam namin na affected kayo. So, titignan natin kung ano magagawa natin dito sa main para matulungan kayo dyan.
Sa Central Luzon ba, ano ang affected areas?
May idea ka ba? Affected areas sa Central Luzon. I think Tarlac, Bulacan?
Yeah.
Pampanga? I think some portion of Tarlac and some portion of Pampanga and mostly Bulacan. Tugigaraw.
Tugigaraw, that's Region 2 eh.
Region 2 na po yun.
Ito na, ayan, from Israel Valdez. Ilabas mo daw yung sobre. Uy.
Wag ka makulit, Israel. That's very sensitive issue.
And then, ito, from Michael? For newbie riders. Shout out daw sa mga newbie riders. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're down to our last few minutes. Peewee.
Yes, ma'am.
Sa'yo lahat, the floor is yours. Shout out. Messages.
Ano ba? Ayun nga pala. We need manpower later, no? Mamaya madaling araw kung sino man yung malapit dito sa Quezon City para ibaba yung 250 na sacks of rice para maisakay sa I think 6x. Kasi manggagaling yung mga sako ng bigas sa 5th floor. So siguro kahit hindi kayo sumama. Ayun pala, sorry din sa mga gustong sumama, no. Alam ko gusto niyo tumulong kaya gusto sumama sa amin sa Isabela. Pero yun nga, it's hours kasi ginagawa namin. May mga reports na nakakarating sa amin na hindi pa yung lahat. Bawal, kumbaga, namili lang po ako ng mga ibol na civilian na members natin na talagang makakatulong sa pagpunta natin doon. So, pasensya sa mga hindi ko na isama. So, next time na lang po, yung mga hindi risky na charity, makakaasa kayo, isasama ko kayo lahat.
So, anyway, Sean and Peewee, kung pwede kayo tumabi, I want na both of you guys, tabi kayo. Hindi mo kayo mga bakla eh. Ano ba yan?
Actually, ma'am, ewan ko kung naano mo yun, no? Ewan ko kung napasadahan mo sa page yun. Master and I, ginawa nila ng yung magjowa kami. Masyadong bastos yung content ng news na ginawa.
Okay.
Master, parang ginawa siyang dog. Tapos me, parang the lover sa bandang behind. Maraming memes na ginagawa sa amin. Instead na maasar kami, maano kami, ma'am. Instead na mapikon, natatawa na lang kami. Tapos yun nga, hindi natatanggal yun. Ginagawa nila kami ng kung ano mga issues. Lalo na pagdating sa money involved. Alam naman namin sa sarili namin, ma'am, na kahit anong dig gawin nila, wala silang makukuha sa amin kasi wala nga pondo ang Kamote. Walang pondo ang grupo namin. Even a single dime. Wala.
Simple lang yun, yung mga basher namin dati, member na namin.
Pero PB, ang Kamote Riders, yun, no? Ganda ng background. Hindi, PB, okay. Ito, ang mga Kamote Riders ba ay mahilig kumain ng kamote?
Anong klaseng kamote, ma'am?
Ayun.
Be specific, ma'am. Kamoteng ano ba?
Kapoteng, ano yan? Yung, ano ba yan? Yung root crop.
Root crop.
Oo.
Ito to, pero ako mahilig ako, ma'am. Mahilig ako kumain ng kamote.
Sige.
Favorite.
Iba yung hilig na kayo.
Actually, nagpaplano kaming baunin ngayon sa Isabela. Nagpapahanap ako doon sa isang member natin na ano siya, yung kamote na kulay violet.
Yeah.
Masarap kasi yun eh. I don't like yung yellow. Ayoko ng ganun. Gusto ko yung native na kamote.
Bakit? Ilang klaseng kamote ba nandiyan?
Marami.
Diba? So, Peewee and Sean, pwede magtabi muna kayo and tabi kayo. Ayan. And ano nyo naman ang mga kamot-mot at saka yung mga bladers natin ng motorcycle safety from the Kamote Riders?
Ano daw?
Ang cute nila, oh. Any message for our for our fellow kamot-mots and for our fellow bladers, no? Motorcycle safety from Kamote Riders.
Ako, I just suggest you study back yung talaga. Kasi marami ako nakaway nitong pinost ko eh. Maraming hindi nakakaalam ng totoong batas. Mag-review kayo ng mga mga road rules. You know, simple as yung yielding, coming into traffic or main roads, yung mga bisikleta kung saan kayo dapat yung mga nagka-cutting corner o yung mga signal ba, yung mga simple lang na rules, i-review nyo ulit. Importante yung kaalaman para hindi kayo ma-discuss.
Si Peewee naman, anong message niya?
Sa akin, ma'am, kay Master kasi more yung matandang payo yung ginawa niya sa mga kasing ko.
Ang tolerant si Peewee, yun lang.
Ayan, isa na yun. Huwag niyo kong tolaran.
Huwag niyo tolaran. Lagi nang dinabangga.
Ayan. May notice ko dito, mag-social distancing daw kayo.
Okay. Kaya nga, exerto ka eh.
Ayan. So, ayan fellow bladers, ayan sila. Ang mga sikat na yung sikat na founder at yung sikat na admin ng Kamote Riders community. Wala nang iba, kundi si Sean at si Peewee. Thank you very much for guesting here sa Blade Moto, guys.
Nagmas na ako para hindi kami magtalsikan ng lawan.
Para kahit tumalsik ako, mama, hindi siya mahawa.
It's an honor.
Tulips na kami kanina.
But anyway, it's an honor to have you, Kamote, guys, here in the radio show. Ayan. So, mga bladers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our social media channels. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. Don't forget, just look for the keyword Blade Auto Center. So, and of course, I'd like to invite everyone to tune in to Blade Moto every Monday to Saturday. So, we have Senpal Kazoo every Monday for Iisang Pangarap. And of course, with me, yours truly, every Tuesdays for Blade Moto, Mr. Right, every Wednesday for Blade Stories, DJ Neil Almighty for Thursday when they show our daily drive, Blood Boom naman every Friday with Jack Logan and Choco Loco for Saturday sa What's Up Bladers. Okay, so thank you very much, Kamote Riders community, and kita kits pa din dito at the country's largest car accessories chain store nationwide. Wala nang iba kundi dito sa Blade Auto Center. So salamat mga tekamots and good vibes.
Blade Radio Live would like to thank the following sponsors: Dub Project, Hero Motorcycle Accessories, Magic Premium Car Care, Sparco Racing Accessories, Pioneer, Transcend, Bosch, Pertua, Type S. If you like the programs at Blade Radio, please support our sponsors. And now, let's get back to our regular program.
Shout out to all of you out there. This is DJ Edge of Blade Radio, coming straight to your speakers for the ultimate listening experience.
Hello to all the listeners, DJ Saber here. As always, we've got only the best mix of driving music and the widest collection of car accessories and car care services under one roof for you.
That is absolutely right, Saber. So, go ahead, look around, browse through the aisles, and talk to our friendly staff. You'll surely find what you're looking for here at Blade Auto Center.
Meanwhile, let's get right back to the music.
Only here on Blade Radio.
Pangarap ko ang Paskong mapayapa, walang kaguluhan, lahat maligaya, walang lahi, walang yaman, salo-salo sa lungkot at saya.
Ikaw ako, sila tayo, iisang mundo ang ating tahanan, iisang pangarap. Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing magkulay ang buhay. Iisang pangarap, iisang pangarap. Pangarap ko ang Pasko ay masaya, lahat ng tao ay nasa piling ng mahal nila.
Karamay ka, kaibigan mo, hinding-hindi ka na mag-isa. Ikaw ako, sila tayo,
isang mundo ang ating tahanan,
isang pangarap.
tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing makulay ang buhay. Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, ang diwa ng saya, gawing makulay ang buhay.
Ikaw, ako, sila, tayo, iisang pangarap.
Iisang pangarap.
Isang pangarap.
Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay. Tayo'y magkaisa, ngayong Pasko ay magbigay. Kami isang pamilya, halina at magsabay. Let's spread the joy and laughter, let's make the world much brighter. This blade is better. This blade is better. This blade is better. This blade is better.
It's blade, it's better.
Blade Auto Center offers you a wide range of car accessories, auto parts, tools, and car-related gift ideas. Find everything you need here at Blade Auto Center. You're tuned in to Blade Radio. Blade Radio. Here at Blade Auto Center, we always put our customers first. We know our parts and products, and we've got the best merchandise at the right price. This is Blade Radio. Blade Radio.
All programs on Blade Radio Live are purely for entertainment purposes only. The views and opinions expressed by the host and the guests do not reflect that of the show, the management, and the company. Now, Bladers, sit back, relax, and enjoy our show.
Hey there guys, Saber here. Welcome back to Blade Radio. Here we're always pushing the pedal when it comes to bringing you the best mix of driving music and high quality, value for money car products and services.
You got Edge right here too, and you are absolutely right, Saber. It's all here under one roof. And what's more, our friendly and attentive staff is always on hand to give you expert advice on the latest car products available.
Of course, Blade offers top industry brands like Sparco, 3M, Dub, Meguiar's, Pioneer, Mothers, Garment, and many more, all of course at a very reasonable price.
We hope you enjoy your visit here at Blade Auto Center. Meanwhile, let's get right back to the music. Keep it here, and always remember, if it's Blade, it's better.
Hey! Hi, Kabladers! It's me again, and I'm back. Earlier, we had the Light Club Pilipinas during my 11 a.m. shift, and now in my 2 p.m. shift, well, I've got a really popular and controversial special guest. But before I introduce him, of course, I hope that everyone is sharing and liking and subscribing to our social media. So we are live right now here at Facebook, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. All right. And of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors. We have Dub Project, Micro Magic, Sparkle Clipper, Gift Shop, Pertua, Type S, Bosch, and Verbatim. All right. Okay. I know that every one of you are excited with our special, popular, and controversial guest. So I am not going to waste time anymore. So I'm going to introduce him right now. Is he ready? Is he ready? I hope he's ready. I don't see him. Aha, yes, I do see him. All right, so everyone, here we have Gilbert Bolanos, the chairman of Motorcycle Rights Organization. Sikat na sikat tong taong to. Grabe. Hindi lang popular, controversial pa. Di ba, Gilbert?
Hindi naman masyado.
Medyo lang.
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone.
And thank you, Gilbert, for being my second guest for the day.
Of course.
And of course, like I said earlier, yung mga bladers, pasensya na if medyo ninenervyos pa ako because this is my first day here at Blade Moto. So bear with me. Pero please send us messages if you have any, if you want special greetings, shout-outs, and may angal kayo tungkol kay Jobert, message nyo lang kami and we'll try to read everything na mga pinadala nyo sa amin. So, Jobert, no, to start everything, sa mga bladers dyan who don't know what is Motorcycle Rights Organization, baka you can give us a summary of your group.
Okay. Motorcycle Rights Organization is an advocacy group. We focus on rider rights, and we basically talk about issues regarding laws, enforcement, and ordinances. We usually talk with government, and we actually help in the creation of new laws. Currently, we are engaged in a case regarding the doble placa law, or RA 11235. That's one of the things that we are focused on currently. But other than that, we work to provide riders with legal knowledge as far as road use, motorcycle use, rules and regulations are concerned. So, bukod doon, we also focus on safety and education for all motorcycle users around the country.
And for the awareness of our bladers, Jobert, no, Motorcycle Rights Organization is not just how do I call this? It's not just based here in Manila, but it's nationwide.
It's actually nationwide. We have a rider base of over 100,000 members. That's all over the Philippines, from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. We actually have members from different parts of the world. Meron tayong MRO Dubai, meron tayong MRO Macau, we have MRO Australia, and MRO West Coast in the US.
So hindi lang pala nationwide ang MRO, it's worldwide.
It's somewhat worldwide, but the focus is mainly here in the Philippines.
Okay. Of course, kasi yung mga issue, lahat it's here sa
Yes.
sa Pilipinas. So you mentioned earlier that actually itong doble plaka issue is not the pinaka-latest, although I think it's the focused on right now.
It's the heaviest case that we have, that we're handling right now. We have a case we filed in court regarding the penalties and the safety issues surrounding doble placa. That's just one of it. But again, in aid of legislation, anything surrounding motorcycle users, we actually get involved in. But yun yung main focus natin.
All right. So kamusta na yung status with regards to how do we call it? Do we call it fighting or appealing for this doble placa law?
Right now, the case is on the discussion of the injunction. So technically, naka-TRO na siya because LTO has agreed to suspend the implementation of the law until December.
Okay.
So there is no implementation except for the distribution of the rear plates. Other than that, as far as implementation is concerned, a change of ownership, and when it comes to the requirement that you should have a plate at the back and a decal in front, that's suspended until next year. So technically, naka-TRO na tayo. So the discussion right now is on the injunction based on the inconsistencies nung batas against the Philippine Constitution. So there are some constitutional issues that we want the courts to address, and we're asking the courts to basically scrap this law because it's already redundant. We already have the same type of law which is applied to all vehicles, not just motorcycles.
So grabe pala yung how do you call this? Yung doble plaka law, kapag natuloy yan, grabe talaga yung hassles.
Well, bukod dun sa hassle, the penalty kasi is basically it's anti-humanitarian kasi motorcycle lang yung may penalty na ganun kataas. So if you lose a plate or if your plate is unreadable, you can be penalized 50,000 pesos or ikukulong ka.
50,000 pesos.
Yes. And
can you imagine a regular individual or a regular rider who just probably makes minimum wage? So kapag pag may violations, he has to pay 50,000 pesos.
That's correct. Or makukulong siya or both. When sa ibang sasakyan, for example, on a car, if you lose a plate and you get apprehended, you're not paying more than 5,000 pesos. So there's already a disparity as far as the treatment of the law is concerned. And it's like saying na all riders are already suspected of being criminals, even if they are not. So with that said, there is a constitutional issue there. That's why we brought it to court, because we want our laws to be fair to all. So if it's not applied to all, it shouldn't apply at all. That's what we're trying to say.
Basically, bakit nga nagka-doble plaka? Is it supposed to be to stop crimes ba dapat yung doble plakang law na yan?
The intention is to curb crimes committed by criminals who use motorcycles. But the thing is, it's not just motorcycles that criminals use. Okay, just because criminals like to use a particular mode of transportation, you can already punish everyone else who's riding a motorcycle. That's not how laws are supposed to be made. We're supposed to be protecting the innocent. We're not supposed to turn the innocent into suspects. Okay, so they're innocent until proven guilty. But because of this law, we're being treated like criminals already, and that's
or
not
you say damay-damay lahat.
Oh, so we're being made to pay for the crimes of the real perpetrators. And besides, criminals don't just use motorcycles.
Exactly.
In fact, during the time of the pandemic, during the quarantine, the murders that happened recently were committed by SUV and car donning criminals. Yung nangyari sa Manila, yung nangyari sa Sariaya. These are people using a different type of vehicle. And at the same time, you cannot just, apply one particular preventive measure to just a select road user. It has to be, it has to be across the board, everywhere. Any type of vehicle dapat yan. So that's one of the things that we do as an organization. And at the same time, we also help government in creating laws that are fair and kumbaga for all road users, for the benefit of all road users.
Yeah. So, grabe, no? I mean, like, can you imagine okay, kasi yung mga ibang kabladers dyan, I'm sure, yes, aware sila sa this doble plaka issue, but they're not pa rin about the full details. Kasi nakakatawa the title, eh. It says doble plaka, so 2 license plates.
Well, the intention is to prevent crime. Okay, that's the gist of the law. Okay, it's a Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act. That's the title.
Okay.
But with the title itself, it's like saying that just because you're using a motorcycle, there's a tendency already of you doing a crime. Crime prevention is not just a problem with motorcycle users. It's a problem with everyone, because crimes can be committed in any way. In fact, there's crimes committed on the internet. There's crimes committed by people who merely walk down the street, drive cars, and so on and so forth. So it's the person doing the crime. It is not the vehicle type. But since it was focused on motorcycle only, there's a sense of discrimination, a sense of segregation against motorcycle users. Parang ang baba ng tingin nila sa lahat ng mga rider.
That's
So,
right.
ang kalaban natin kasi dito is, according to the Bill of Rights, there should be equal protection from the laws.
Mhm.
Since nakafocus lang siya sa motorcycle user, the equality has been neglected or set aside. And then at the same time, there is no due process on the law itself, because mawalan ka lang ng plaka, you're already subjected to the penalties stipulated in the law. Pero hindi man kasalanan na mawalan ka ng plaka. Everybody can lose a plate. Any type of vehicle on the road. Hindi naman perfect ang kalsada natin dito sa Pilipinas.
Yes.
We have road condition that we have to worry about.
Mhm.
And hindi lahat ng kalsada ayos. And then there's wear and tear. So any type of vehicle can lose a plate, but it doesn't mean you're a criminal if you lose a plate. You just lost the plate.
Correct.
Dito sa batas na to, by mere losing a plate, or if your plate is unreadable, you're already being penalized 50,000 to 100,000 pesos. Or you could be jailed, or you can get both. Kulong ka na, bayad ka pa.
Right. Pero Jobert, di ba parang ang unfair naman na ang mga motorcycle riders are being treated this way, or itong law na to applies lang sa motorcycle riders? Kasi di ba parang ang mga criminal, they're not gonna use their own motorcycles, di ba?
That's the thing. Criminals will not use their own vehicles to commit a crime. So kahit na kabitan mo ng poster size na plaka yan, if that's not it's not registered under their name, it's registered to someone else, you're implicating someone else for the crime.
Correct, diba?
Naintindihan ko na kailangan natin makita yung plaka, especially with the use of CCTV systems right now. We understand the importance of having readable plates. But again, if it's a heinous crime that you're going to commit, like robbing someone, robbing a bank,
right,
or doing the most, yung pinaka karumal-dumal na, like attempting a murder, you wouldn't use your own vehicle for that, diba? Otherwise, they can trace it back to you.
Yes.
So that's one thing. And like we said, tulad nung nangyari sa prosecutor of Manila, who recently got murdered in Manila also. The vehicle was seen, but it was using a plate not registered to that particular vehicle. It was registered to someone else.
Right.
And the other vehicle that assisted, walang plaka, wala ring conduction sticker, so there's no way to trace. And then the idea of having a decal in front, which is so small, the decal is so small, the law says and stipulates that it has to be readable 15 meters away. For one, hindi masyadong mababasa 15 meters away because it's so small. The next one, who in their right mind would go in front of an approaching criminal to look at the plate? Siyempre, you would look at the plate when the criminal passes you. Titignan mo siya behind. Not in front, kung sagasaan at bariling ka niyan, di ba? So, it's very questionable. And the reason why we're fighting this is nakatutok lang kasi siya sa motorcycle rider. Ganun kababa at ganun kasama yung tingin nila sa lahat ng mga nagmumotorsiklo. And
as if naman walang criminal na gumagamit ng kotse.
That's exactly.
Or criminal na naglalakad lang naman, di ba?
Oh, and in fact, we even have criminals stealing away the money of the taxpayers, di ba? So, these are things that are very neglective of our Constitution. The Constitution was created in order for us to be protected from laws such as this.
I remember that there was a previous supposed to be law na hindi natuloy, which was called the Placa Vest.
Yes,
Remember?
that's one. Oo, yung
Isa pa yun.
Placa
It's a good
Vest.
thing hindi natuloy yun.
That's one of our accomplishments, actually. We fought it head on. When it started in Marikina and it continued in Quezon City, we were able to convince the mayor to not go through with it. Mabuti na lang mabait at nakikinig si Mayor Herbert Bautista at the time. And he sided with the riding community. So hindi natuloy yung batas na yon kasi nga, again, although the intention is good, the way it's implemented is not proper. And that's what we need to protect it. Otherwise, it will set a precedence na they can dictate everything in such a way na our rights as motorists natatapakan na. Hindi na tulad nung sa iba. So if you can't afford a car, you can be treated like a criminal. So these are the things that we focus on. But most importantly, bukod sa mga problema natin sa mga batas, ordinances, and national laws like this, we also focus on safety and education. So on safety naman, we engage in programs such as sharing of knowledge, doing riders training, and then we teach them about the laws. Siyempre, dapat maging aware sila sa lahat ng batas dito sa kalsada. You can just get a vehicle, get a license, and start driving without knowing the rules and regulations.
Correct.
And then we teach riders the proper way of using the road. Okay, kasi being on the road and driving a vehicle is not a right; it's a privilege. We understand that. But once you earn that privilege, once you earn that, once you apply for a license and your registration, you earn certain rights. And for us to enjoy those rights, we have to be aware of the regulations and we have to follow them. And we have to also be courteous enough to share the road with everyone else.
That's right. Kasi I'm sure you, not just I, not just you, but all road users have this, how do you call this? Nawawala yung respect and the courtesy.
Yeah,
especially especially during traffic.
That's very much prevalent here in the Philippines. Kasi nga, number one problem talaga natin is discipline. Okay, there are so many road users who don't have the proper discipline. If you go to different places, different countries, makikita mo how they interact with each other and the reason why their traffic is so much better than ours in the Philippines. Kasi sila doon may disiplina. Tayo dito may problema. Bagaman mas marami talagang rider sa Pilipinas kaysa sa car driver. So ang focus nila sa motorcycle. Pero the problem of discipline is with everyone, not just riders. It's with car drivers, it's with public transport, it's with everyone.
Right.
Meron talaga dyan na tao na ayaw silang nauunahan o ayaw nilang nasisingitan sila.
Yeah, it's that kind of attitude here.
Yeah, yung laging ako una, ako lagi. So that's one of the problems that we have to face. And for us, the best way really to address the situation is, to focus on the proper implementation of the existing laws, not to create new ones, but to enforce the existing ones first. Once we enforce them properly and strictly, okay, ang tao matatakot mahuli. Take for example, Subic. Pagka nakasubik ang tao, lahat ng road users sumusunod sa rules and regulations ng Subic. Pero the moment they go out of Subic, hindi na sila sumusunod.
Actually, not only Subic, I think Clark as well.
Yeah, Clark, they're very strict. So if enforcement is strict in implementing existing laws, everyone will fall into that area of discipline.
Do you think they're takot sila because of the penalties?
Well, not just that. Kasi these areas, though they are controlled areas, managed kasi yung enforcement. So if we can manage our enforcement on the public roads and highways, and treat every road user fairly, okay, hindi yung nakafocus ka lang, kunwari, nakafocus ka lang sa tricycle dito, nakafocus ka lang sa motorsiklo doon, nakafocus ka lang sa truck dito. When you apply a law, it has to be everyone. Wala kang pinipili, wala kang sinisino, wala kang pinapaboran.
Yes.
So on that, people will learn that if the laws are implemented strictly, matatakot silang mahuli and mafo-force silang sumunod sa batas.
Right.
But right now, very selective kasi ang ating pamamalakad, very selective and very pinipili yung hinuhuli. So hindi nagiging pantay o patas yung pagpapatupad ng batas. And that
Kaya nga may kasabihan, di ba? The law applies to all, otherwise none at all.
Yes, that's correct. And right now, because of the pandemic also, alam ng lahat na ang motorsiklo ang nagpapatakbo ng ekonomiya.
Right.
The deliveries, the messengers.
Yeah, of course. We'll do a special shout out to the delivery guys, delivery frontliners.
Yes.
Who are risking their lives and of course, making meeting ends, trying to. Yes. Grabe. Yun. I salute all these delivery guys. Malaking bagay sila, especially during this pandemic.
Oh, they keep the economy rolling in spite of the lockdowns and such. So, para sa kanila, sa enforcement natin, itong mga taong to kumikita. So, they're a prime target right now. Target sila ng enforcement dahil nga alam nilang kumikita yung mga delivery boys natin eh. So, napag-iinitan. And sometimes nakakalungkot lang like for example, yung nangyari dun sa pizza delivery guy in BGC na pinagtulungan ng enforcement ng BGC. There were at least 10 enforcers that surrounded him. He hasn't even been there for more than a minute. He just stopped to send a message to the person who requested for the delivery. He was not part. He was there. He did not even leave the vehicle. So, he can be accosted to leave or find a different place to stop or send a message to his yung nagpa-deliver. But instead, they treated him like, he was already there for hours on end. Samantalang he was not even there for more than a minute.
Okay, so how is this delivery guy right now?
Well,
was anyone able to defend him, fight for him?
Well, yeah, actually, in-address naman ito ng City Council ng Taguig. And they're helping him out right now. And they're also addressing the way he was treated by the BGC enforcement. Again,
so far, BGC, or is it Taguig City?
Taguig City ang nag-respond, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So I hope he's okay now.
Well, he did feel a little traumatized with what happened kasi he really felt like he was a criminal and he was just trying to deliver pizza. The thing is, he was not even obstructing traffic. Buti sana kung huminto ka and you're obstructing traffic behind you. And, there's really a concern there. But he was on the side of the road. He was stopped in a safe place. Hindi naman siya pwedeng tumatakbo, humipindot siya sa kanyang cellphone. In order to be safe, you really have to stop before you can operate your cell phone. That's also against the law.
Yes.
So, alam mo yun, and we have a rule na you can stop on the side for a certain period of time until you become a violator. So, his right to be there for just a couple of minutes was ignored and he was immediately issued a citation ticket. So talagang naharas yung rider and he's just delivering food. And then there are places also na bago ka makapasok ng village, they ask you to remove your helmet.
Yes, may mga ganun.
Your license. and so on and so forth. You have to pay a fee of additional 50 pesos in order for you to deliver in that particular place. These are other things also that happen with our delivery riders. So, nararamdaman namin yung paghihirap nila, and some companies now are actually implementing certain parameters on their riding, on their fleet. The riders feel that they are being, their hard-earned money is being taken away from them by the policies that are being implemented right now, and there are no laws protecting the riders. Kawawa talaga.
And then, Jobert, I saw earlier, here, splashing our screen, it was a question about, paano daw, what's this? I saw it earlier, yung mga bogus orders daw, yung mga scam orders.
Yes.
I saw it earlier. Yan. Sir and ma'am, paano pa natin matutulungan ng mga Grab riders na puro bogus orders? Kawawa naman po sila.
Actually, there is a law already. There's a law, and we're just waiting for its passing. And then on the implementing rules and regulations, we have been already asked to participate in the creation of the implementing rules and regulations. The intention of the law is to protect the delivery riders from bogus orders. Okay, so it has to be done in such a way that everyone registering on a delivery app should at least present a valid ID of sort, so that may accountability tayo dun sa mga nagpe-place ng order. And at the same time, there is going to be a delivery insurance policy na i-apply for the companies that accept these deliveries, the companies that have the apps. May insurance sila, so that when someone is victimized by a bogus or error in the system that caused him to shell out money, may insurance para bumalik sa kanya yung pera niya.
Right. So you mean to say, itong mga fake orders, bogus orders, scam orders, they're not traceable?
Currently, no. Kasi it's so easy to get a SIM card and then register on the app, and then you can place order. Okay, so there's no way of tracing these guys. You can trace them, but it's really very hard. You can't pinpoint them. But if you go for the system of, for example, sa cashless, so you're required to register a debit or credit card, may trace yun. Pero for cash orders, for example, yung cash on delivery, so wala tayong protection in place right now para do sa cash on delivery transaction. So the only way for us to make to put accountability on everyone who uses the app, they have to present a valid ID so that we can apply accountability. So these are the things that the providers can do and must do, but there is no regulation yet. So yun ang hinihintay natin, na masabatas, na maparusahan nga, na mabigyan ng accountability, pati na yung mga nag-o-order, hindi lang yung mga nagde-deliver.
So, hustisya para sa mga delivery.
It's coming, yes.
Services, no? Yeah, that's great. Okay. And then, Jobert, ito ako, coming from my own, personal, I have a personal question for you. Yung, di ba parang, why is it, iba-ibang LGUs, iba-ibang laws, iba-ibang batas. So like if you go to this barangay, bawal helmet. Then you go to this other barangay, dapat naka-helmet. I mean, gets mo, di ba? What I'm trying to write out.
We have a problem kasi ever since the local government code started in 1986, certain regulations or certain protocols in the way laws that are being made na-neglect na, napabayaan na. Because start na nga yung precedents na local government can create their own traffic code, wherein the traffic code should be based on one national law.
Mhm.
Kasi we have the Land Transportation Office. That's the responsibility of the Land Transportation Office.
Okay.
And by our constitution, national law cannot be superseded by a local ordinance.
Okay.
With that said, they're using the local government code to implement certain things that go beyond what is allowed and not allowed by national law. So nagkakaroon ng, they're overlapping each other when they're not supposed to.
Yes.
The LGUs have to be made aware of the limitations of the local government code. And they have to be made aware that there are certain regulations that should be based on national law, not on laws that they create for their own area. Okay, hindi porket LGU ka, pagmamay-ari mo na yung vicinity na nasasakupan mo.
Correct.
As an LGU, you are tasked by the people to take care of your jurisdiction, not to lay claim dun sa area na yon. So you're just tasked to take care of it. So with that, you have a responsibility to make sure that the laws you apply is in it coincides with national law. You cannot go over it, or you cannot go against national law. They forget that, and that's a regular issue. And we're actually trying to fix that right now, and we're trying to work with DILG, PNP in Krame, Malacanang. We're trying to work with them in making the LGUs understand that, when you apply rules on the road, you have to go with what LTO provides, because they are the agency tasked to apply these rules. Not just LTO, but also DPWH as well.
All right. Okay. Jobert, I'm going to give you free time to do your shout outs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'd like to say hello to all the volunteers of Motorcycle Rights Organization. If you find this session informative, please do like, share, and spread this interview with love. Special shout out, of course, to Blade for sponsoring this session and having me here. It's always a privilege, and it's an honor to be able to be a part of what you do here. Also to the fans of and followers of Yob TV, my own personal channel. I hope you guys are watching, and we will be back very soon. We just took a break momentarily. So sa MRO, sa ROTP, my friends in Mindanao, I just spoke with the FMCM leader, Sashi Naga. Special shout out to you. To my friends in the riding community, maraming salamat. To you, of course, love, thank you. LMFI, magandang hapon po sa inyo. To General Pase and the rest of the guys over at LERAP. I'd like to make a special shout out also to General Tagum of the HPG. Sir, we're looking forward to the project that we're working on together. To the Committee on Transportation on both the Senate and the lower house side, kay Congressman Mary Sarmiento and Senator Grace po. We're looking forward to our projects. To our friends over at Angkas, malapit na kayo bumalik sa kalsada. Please take care of your passengers and make sure that you guys are always protected. Special shout out to them also. And to the rest of the motorcycle taxi community who's waiting for the IATF protocols, we're very excited sa pagbabalik ninyo, and please make sure that you stay safe on the road. Hindi porket pinayagan kayo, magiging kampante na kayo. There's so many things we want to say and read, but I know we have limited time. What's most important is for everyone who's listening and watching this right now, mag-iingat po kayo palagi, and always know and understand the rules and regulations of the streets.
Yun. So, ka-bladers, don't worry. Medyo mahaba-haba pa naman tayo having Jobber here in the radio show. But make sure to please tune in because we're live now on Facebook, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. So, share, like, and subscribe to our social media. So, pwede pa kayo humabol. Yung mga, those who are actually watching us right now, pagsabihan niyo yung mga ibang friends niyo to watch kasi matagal-tagal ko pa iihawin si Jobber.
Madami actually tanong ako nakikita kanina. If we can go back to those questions, we'd love to answer.
Yes, Jobber, please. If you see, I think you can see on the screen, there are some messages that are meant for you. You may answer.
Okay, from Richard Cruz, bawal ang hindi nakapangalan ang CR ng motor. Ano dapat namin gawin kapag nasita LTO HPG? Kung nakabili pa lang ng motor namin at deed of sale pa lang hawak namin. According to RA 11235, or the Doble Placa Law or the Motorcycle Crime Prevention Act, if you purchase a motorcycle, you have 3 to 5 days to transfer it to your name. Okay? Unless the vehicle is owned by a relative, a very close friend, or someone you're connected to, or yung talagang connected ka sa taong nagmamay-ari ng to, there is no need for you to have it transferred to you being the user. Kung hinihiram mo lang naman, di ba? But in any case, kapag nabili mo ito, dapat talaga nakapangalan na sa'yo. Right now, the LTO is trying to figure out a way for those na nakabili ng mga motorsiklo na rematado, those that were repossessed by the finance institutions. Kasi until they are fully paid, they cannot make any changes on the paperwork. So there's a certificate that has to come out if you are a buyer of a pre-owned motorcycle. But we have to wait for LTO. Right now, the law states na kapag nakabili ka nga ng motorsiklo, you have 3 to 5 days to change it to your name. Okay? Yun yung nakasaad mismo sa Republic Act 11235. Sa existing law natin, it is really the responsibility of every vehicle owner. If you purchase a vehicle, you have to transfer it under your name. It's really part of the policies of Republic Act 4136. It's just not a regular practice kasi nauso nga yung buy and sell.
Yes.
So,
parang open deed of sale daw, lagi yan eh.
Yes. But the deed of sale is not proof of ownership. It only helps you in selling and transferring ownership of a property. It does not provide any legal kumbaga walang legality yan in declaring ownership when it comes to regulations on the street. So kapag traffic implementation yan, let's say nakasagasa ka or naka-aksidente ka, syempre ang hahanapin nila yung may-ari ng sasakyan. Kung hindi mo pinapalitan yan, mai-implicate pa yung original owner. So it's unfair to them that you did not go through that process of changing ownership. And by the word itself, ownership, sino ba may-ari ng sasakyan? Ikaw na ba na bagong bumili o yung dating may-ari? Because if the old owner dies, for example, and the children decides to look for everything or any property under the name of their deceased relative, pwede nilang i-declare na carnap yung, according to this document, sa amin tong sasakyan na to. Nasaan tong sasakyan na to. If they declare that carnap, tapos ma-checkpoint ka, kahit may deed of sale ka, mahahasel ka pa rin. So, you see there are implications when we do not take care of changing the ownership of our title on the registration of the vehicle. The same goes with
who is responsible na para ma-change ownership? Is it the buyer, not the seller?
Oh, not the seller. The seller is now directed to report any sale of any vehicle.
To who shall the seller report to?
They report to LTO.
Okay.
Oo. So the process is, syempre, both buyer and seller has a copy of the deed of sale. You provide LTO a copy of the deed that you have already sold the vehicle. So you're basically relieved of any implications that may come if a vehicle gets involved in an incident. So, but the transfer of ownership is always the responsibility of the buyer.
Okay. And I think, or no, it should be, di ba, pag may deed of sale, it should be notarized as well.
It should be notarized, and the ID that is attached to the deed of sale should be valid. So hindi dapat yan expired. And then you will get clearance from HPG. After you get the clearance from HPG, if you are near the LTO branch where the original paper was made, you can request for the change of ownership there. But if you are far away from the original, for example, yung motor mo was originally registered in Bicol, nandito ka sa Metro Manila, magre-request ka sa LTO nearest you ng certificate of confirmation. So the certificate of confirmation is basically a document that proves that what you have with you is an original. It's not fake, it's not stolen, it's not talaib or anything. Once you receive that certificate of confirmation, now you can proceed to the change of ownership.
Okay. And this is change of ownership happens already in LTO.
In LTO na yun. So after you, when you're done with HPG, you go to LTO for the change of ownership. Others, sinasabay na nila yung registration. So nire-renew na nila yung registration at the same time.
Okay. And then, wait, hanap pa tayo ng, eto na yon, the latest issue which we talked about earlier, Jobert, no? Yung, I think there's a motorcycle lane ba in Sukat Road in Parañaque.
Oh, yeah. So right now, the Parañaque Federation, led by Ivan Ison, is now in discussion with the Parañaque mayor and the council. And,
ano ba nangyari dyan, Robert? What's the issue?
They implemented a motorcycle lane in Parañaque, and they started apprehending last week.
Okay.
So, maraming nabigla kasi Parañaque is a city na pass-through yan from people that live in Las Piñas, Laguna, Cavite, Makati, Metro Manila. So, tinatawiran niya ng maraming tao. So, the implementation of the motorcycle lane came as a surprise to a lot of people. So, ang daming nahuli. Consequently, the mayor ordered that the motorcycle lane be an exclusive lane for motorcycles. Pero ang hinuhuli lang yung mga lumalabas ng motorcycle lane na motorsiklo. Yung mga kotse na gumagamit ng motorcycle lane, hindi hinuhuli.
Okay.
So right now, they have set a discussion with the mayor, and the mayor requested the council to revisit the ordinance and to provide an amendment that will also protect the riders and give more time in information dissemination. Again, they're applying a law on a national road which is supposed to be under the jurisdiction of LTO as far as rules and regulations are concerned. But not even LTO has been informed of this ordinance. So, ito na yung issue when it comes to LGUs having their own laws as far as the road regulations are concerned. So, may bayan na may ganito, may bayan na walang ganito. So, it's very confusing to the road users, you know.
I mean, like, kasi ako, I haven't passed by Sukat Road for almost a month. So, just wondering, I don't know if you have passed there, na is the motorcycle lane parang kitang-kita ba or halatang meron motorcycle lane? It's like
there is
barriers or something.
There's road markings, but it is not enough. I mean, unang-una, it should have been consulted with DPWH if the segregation can support the volume of vehicles that pass through that road. And for one thing, I'm sure DPWH will say that the infrastructure will not support an exclusive lane for motorcycles only. Okay, and at the same time, kasi we are violating. We are all road taxpayers. Okay, lahat ng may lisensya, lahat ng may rehistro, we all pay road tax. Pero if we're limited to use only a section of road, it's unfair to us taxpayers na we're being dictated in such. Now, if the problem is, accidents and discipline, edi patupad nila existing rules and regulations. If you're reckless, di kasuhan ka ng reckless. If you violate road rules and regulations, edi hulihin ka based on the road rules and regulations. Kasi they put the motorcycle lane on the side of the road where jeepneys and other public transport stop on a regular basis.
So this is the extreme right, no?
Extreme right to.
Okay, yeah, public vehicles ngayon.
An exclusive lane does not work. Okay, it does not and will not work on that case. And nakikita naman natin they're not reducing accidents, they're just moving accidents elsewhere.
So this is similar to yung EDSA motorcycle lane.
Motorcycle lane. It's the same thing. And the purpose of actually making road users more disciplined has turned into something else. Nagiging gatasan ngayon yung riding community because of this law. Pero sabi nga ng mayor, ang pangako nga niya, magiging exclusive ito for motorcycle. So, hindi natin alam kung tatanggapin ng mga ibang vehicle users, ng mga car users, na all of a sudden bigla silang huhulihan pagka pumapasok sila doon. And it also depends on the enforcement kung i-apply nila sa lahat yung batas na pinapatupad nila sa kalsada na yan. And at the same time, ano ang say ng LTO, ano say ng DPWH tungkol dyan? Are they allowed to create such rules which is under the jurisdiction of LTO and DPWH supposedly, or it has to be coordinated with them?
Ayan. Okay, so you mentioned earlier, yan na, yung LTO, yung all these, what are they? Traffic, you call them traffic officials or what?
The agencies that are responsible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me that, Gilbert. Okay, for these agencies, ito yung matinding long time issue na paano daw padidisiplinahin ang mga kamotes, lalo na yung sa Marilake, mga feeling racers, wannabes.
Ang dapat talaga dyan, plain and simple, implementation of the existing road rules and regulations. That's how it's supposed to be done. We don't need additional laws. We don't need new laws. Okay? If they go beyond speed limit, hulihin nila for going beyond the speed limit. That's reckless already. If they cross a solid line, that's counter-flowing, that's already reckless behavior. Hulihin nila yun pagka ganon.
I mean,
the problem is with Marilake.
Videos recently, accidents, di ba?
And one other thing that we can do also is to promote the contactless apprehension. As long as there's evidence of violations happening on the road, we can actually use videos, pictures that we submit to the enforcement agencies like the local PNP, the local LTO in that area, or LTO National or HPG. If there's enough sufficient evidence na makikita that they are violating rules and regulations, that this can be used to issue summons to the owners of these vehicles. Total, nakikita naman yung mga plaka nila sa likod. And nakukunan sila ng video. And in fact, marami na kaming na-identify recently because of the prevalence of these videos going out on YouTube. Na they're very proud that they're turning the public roads and highways into racetracks.
Exactly.
Or pinagpa-practicean nila ng skills nila. But, all in all, if you look at it, they're violating the rules of the road. So marami nang hinahabol ang HPG ngayon. HPG is actually preparing the cases, but they're still coordinating with LTO para ma-identify yung owners ng mga vehicles na to. And we've seen that happen actually on EDSA, yung contactless apprehensions EDSA. nangyayari na rin yan sa Skyway, sa NLEX, SLEX.
Mhm.
So, more and more, we're going towards that direction. Enforcement is becoming high-tech. And we can use, actually, the eyes of the public as far as webcams, action cameras, dash cams are concerned. We can actually submit them as evidence to apprehend these violators.
Yun. Pero, and then, ito pang isang issue regarding Marilake. I think, was it last weekend that somebody got caught for a noisy muffler, pero they don't have naman daw the gadget to check if his noise has the noise of the muffler is a violation.
Oh, that's another thing that we still have to address or fix, ano. But regardless, we have yet to see what type of muffler is being used by the guy apprehended. Kasi the measurement is applied if you're using an aftermarket muffler used for street or is street legal. But if you're using an aftermarket muffler that is used for competition or racing, it is not meant to use for public roads and highways. So a measuring device is not needed on that. So we have yet to see what type of muffler is that person using. But in any case, we have communicated.
These guys na nanguhuli, I think they cannot tell the difference between aftermarket muffler for road use and an aftermarket muffler for racing. Basta maingay, huli ka.
Oh, that's one thing that we have to address also. Yes, we have been made aware, and I have sent correspondence to the Tanay provincial administrator, Mr. Rosuelio, the father of our racer, Reynal.
Yes.
Oh, so we have sent communication already. We would like to discuss this with their enforcement as far as the enforcement of loud and noisy mufflers in the area. But we would like to maintain MRO does not support loud pipes. We support the proper implementation of the laws.
Okay.
But we have to remind also our fellow riders na our rights end where the rights of others begin. Just because you're able to buy certain products off of the shelf, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can blast your way across areas na, like without a care in the world. We have to be also aware of the rights of others to a quieter environment. We have to respect each other. But of course, we have to fix the laws. And, this relates to the issue nga. That relates to the issue between LGUs creating laws on their own without consultation and consulting national government in as far as creating shots ordinances. And we are addressing it. The email has been sent already, and we are just awaiting for them to respond. And we have people in Tanay already waiting to get on the subject. In fact, we have a coordinator there. He's an engineer, also working for the LGU. Has been provided and given instructions and information already on how to fix this. We're actually fixing the same thing in Marikina as of this moment.
Okay. Pero why is it always pinag-iinitan ang Marilake? I'm sure, somewhere in the Visayas and Mindanao, don't they have issues like this in their Marilake? Diba? I'm sure they have their version of Marilake also.
In fact, they do.
It's not hindi kasing sikat ng Marilake here in NCR.
Yeah, well, in fact, they do. In Cagayan and in Cebu, there are incidences already. Na there was this one place na they banned the term they used was bawal na ang banking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Banking.
Oh, bawal na yun.
Ginamit pa yung term banking.
Ginamit yung term, but in reality, the law should be you cannot cross the middle lane, especially if it's solid.
Yes.
Okay? But it's science that motorcycles lean in order for them to turn.
Right.
And if you oppose that, how can the motorcycle turn properly? But in any case, the reason why it became so famous here in Marilake is because the road itself became a playground of sorts. And it has been subject to the undisciplined nature of motorcycle users, not just motorcycle users, but speed freaks, yung mga mahilig sa mga mabibilis. So it's not just the motorcycles, it's also the car enthusiasts as well. Na ginagawa nilang playground yung Marilake, and the accidents have been rising, there has been deaths, and nabigyan ng pansin because the people who go to that area to travel have started complaining on social media. And na-emphasize tuloy yung kawalan ng disiplina ng mga riders dun sa lugar. So we can't blame these people who are complaining kasi it's their safety that's being affected. So again, I would like to reiterate na in order for us to gain respect, we have to also show respect sa rules and regulations ng kalsada. And we have to show respect sa safety ng ibang tao na gumagamit din ng kalsada.
Correct. And earlier, may naka-flash. Actually, I wanted to may naka-flash. Ayun na. Very controversial question to eh. Bakit? Dapat magkaroon din ng internal cleansing ang enforcement agency. Kasi kung sino pa, tagapagpatupad sila ang madalas lumabag. Meaning in English, the law enforcers are the lawbreakers.
Well, we all agree with that, and in fact, the heads of the agencies also agree with that. In our recent meeting with General Tagum of the HPG, he's the new HPG chief.
Yes.
Now, one of their priorities is internal cleansing, in as far as their own enforcement is concerned, in as far as their own personnel is concerned. And they are setting up a program in which we can report both violators, mapa road user man yan na private or law enforcer.
Okay.
So we have a means now on how to make a report while we protect the anonymity of the person reporting. So we are setting up a system. Abang-abangan nyo lang ho. We don't want to get ahead of this program. Gusto namin matuloy muna yung program before we announce it. But we are working on the internal cleansing, and it's very good that you mentioned that, and we hope to be able to bring that out in the days to come.
Well, anyway naman, I'm sure mga concerned citizens dyan na napapansin na violators ang mga law enforcers, no? Yung mga lawbreaker na law enforcers. I think they can submit naman evidences to di ba? Na, or sa LGU nila if
it's
yung,
local.
Oo, kung local, pwede naman i-submit.
And ina-actionan naman yan eh. For example, yung nangyayari sa LTO ngayon, the reports that are submitted to ASEC Calvante, ASEC Calvante is actually taking action against these erring enforcers.
Okay,
and as far as PNP is concerned, marami na silang napaparusahan na violators nila mismo. Okay? And MMDA as well, they don't tolerate yung kanilang mga kotong enforcement.
Yes.
They're very strict on that. In fact, our friend,
Colonel Bong
Lebriha is very keen on, putting a stop on the neglective and abusive enforcement that they have.
Actually, bilhin ko sa tapang nun eh.
So they're really doing their part. But for us as private citizens, we have to provide them with the evidence they need in order for them to take action.
Actually, napansin ko kasi, Jobert, I think some of these concerned citizens, natatakot syempre to make sumbong. So, napapansin ko, ginagawa nila ang MRO parang isumbong mo kay Tulfo style.
Well, that's the thing. Though we appreciate that, it's still important for us to have evidence before we report anything, because it's hard to use our word against theirs. So, hindi porket may sumbong ka, hindi natin pwedeng i-report yan kung wala naman tayong ebidensyang ipapakita. So, everything has to come with evidence. With evidence, we will fight for it. If you're afraid of getting it out or you getting dragged into the issue, you can report it. You can report it to MRO. MRO will submit the report. But in any case kasi, it is your right and it is your responsibility as a citizen.
Right.
Kasi
And
you are the person, you're paying for their salaries through your taxes. So karapatan mo na i-report yung mali na ginagawa ng mga nagtatrabaho sa pamahalaan.
Correct. In fact, Jobert, this is connected to our topic kasi I can see comments here na dapat daw may action cam for protection against buwayang officers.
Yep.
I mean, siguro body cam, action cam.
We actually tell everyone, we always tell everyone, don't be afraid to use your telephones, the cameras on your phones. There is no law that restricts you from using your phone as a means to capture evidence. Hindi mo bawal kumuha ng video. Yung bawal kumuha ng video, if you're in private property or in the premises of someone who a private individual, you're taking videos without their permission, yun ang bawal. But if you're on the road and you're dealing with enforcement, walang nagbabawal sa'yo to take videos for evidence.
Yeah, kasi I've seen some videos, diba, like a citizen or a rider, they're having an argument with these traffic enforcers. Tapos, diba, sasabihin ng traffic enforcer, or bawal yan, you can't.
No, it's not. It's hindi siya bawal. Pero let me remind everyone na we should never argue on the street. Okay? If you feel na your rights are being violated, remain as calm as possible and try to get evidence so that you can show once you file a complaint or once you contest an apprehension, it will show that you are being diplomatic about it. Okay, it is never our right to bring an argument on the street. Okay, we should never argue with any enforcer. But in any case, ang paglalaban or kung may ipaglalaban tayo, there's a proper place and forum for that, and that is through adjudication.
Yun. And then I'm reading I don't know, Jobert, can you see some comments there that maybe you'd like to answer?
Yung action cam, actually there is a law, but a lot of things have been put on hold. Gagawin na nilang requirement ang action cam sa lahat ng enforcement. Yung sa action cam requirement for motorcycle riders, we cannot make that mandatory. Alam niyo naman kung gaano kahirap ang buhay ngayon. And it's not very easy to maintain and purchase, additional accessories. Though we recommend that everyone has it, we cannot make it mandatory for economic purposes. We cannot unless ibibigay siya ng libre, why not, diba? But if it's not free, we cannot just direct everyone to make it or obligate them to buy something. But first and foremost, you have to first make sure upon yourself that you are aware of everything that's happening around you when you're driving or riding a motorcycle. You are following the rules and regulations, and you are not intentionally breaking the law. Okay, so as long as you're on that position, you should not be afraid of anything.
I like that question. Kasi ako naging biktima dyan.
This one has been a long time discussion already, and it has been debated in Congress for the longest time. Kailangan mo talaga ma-update yung ating penal code when it comes to accidents on the street, because not every accident, hindi porket ikaw yung bumangga, ikaw agad yung may kasalanan. It doesn't happen. It's not necessarily like that. You can take it to court in order for you to fight, incidences like this. But it requires time, money, effort. So not everyone has the the capacity to do so. Yung iba nabubuhay lang sa minimum wage, even below minimum wage. They can't afford a lawyer. So there are laws that are being created and being pushed to address this issue, and we're hoping na sana after this pandemic, mabigyan na ulit ito ng oras at mailatag na ulit ito sa lamesa para ma-address na tong issue na to. Tama kayo, hindi lahat na aksidente sa kalsada, hindi porket ikaw yung bumangga, ikaw agad yung may kasalanan. Okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes there is also neglect on the part of the people na nabangga mo, or whatever it is you hit on the road. There's neglect on their side as well. So the accountability should be equal, or at least you have the opportunity to prove yourself innocent from the accident or the incident.
Yes.
Inaayos na po yan, and we hope that after the pandemic, mapag-usapan ulit yan at maisabatas na. But then again, we have so many issues and problems right now that need more attention. So right now, the only thing we can do is to make sure that we stay safe at all times. We have a belief that an accident can always be avoided if you're only aware of your surroundings, you don't overspeed, you ride within your capacity or your limit or your skill level, and you don't ride under the influence.
Actually nga, Jobert, ako nga ganyan. Ako pa yung binangga.
Exactly. So,
Diba?
grabe yung pinagdaanan mo rin on that part. So,
I survived. As in, it's a miracle that I survived. And of course, thank God I survived. I guess I have a mission pa here.
Yeah.
Mission to
as a blader and providing information to our fellow motorists, these are the things that you still have to do, and as a contribution to the community.
Yeah, and of course, kung wala ka rin, ay. Pero Jobert, no, di ba there's also a situation na, yun nga, a motorcycle hits a car. Di ba there was that incident na nakapark lang yata the car or a truck. A motorcycle rider hits the truck. Motorcycle rider is a minor, no license, and under the influence of alcohol. Pero ang nakulong yung driver ng truck na nakapark lang.
Well, there are many there are many levels of investigatory on that subject. Okay. Number one, is the truck parked in a parking zone? If he is, then there's not supposed to be no fault. Pero if he's parked in a place that he's not supposed to be parked, he bears accountability. But that's a case separate to the accident itself.
Yeah.
Now, for the rider who is unlicensed, okay, if he's of legal age, may accountability din siya for driving without registration or a license. But if he's a minor, ang may accountability dapat doon is the parent for allowing the child to ride.
Right. Yes,
Oo.
the vehicle.
Oo, hindi porket wala kang lisensya, ligtas na dapat si driver, or hindi porket nakapark ka sa no parking zone, ligtas na kaagad si rider. So the case is separated in situations like this. For example, nagbanggaan tayo, wala kang dalang lisensya. Okay? Hindi pwedeng sabihin na automatic kasalanan mo. Ako yung bumangga sa'yo.
Right.
May kasalanan ako sa'yo for bumping into you, pero may kasalanan ka rin sa batas for not bringing your license.
That's right.
So we both share in accountability. It does not exclude me from my responsibility just because you did not carry your license. It doesn't work that way.
Kasi may mga cases, may mga ibang riders dyan, sila na yung pasaway, sila na may kasalanan, and then, if they get hurt from the accident, sila pa yung malakas loob maghingi ng financial needs.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be, that's not how it's supposed to
Parang
happen.
pinapalabas sila, kasi mas malaking mas malaking sasakyan ka. Ako, maliit lang, motor lang. So you should be responsible for my
If the incident is your fault, wala dapat pananagutan yung na-involve.
Yeah.
Okay? If it's entirely your fault. But alam mo naman dito sa Pilipinas, yung batas natin talagang marami pang butas, marami pang dapat ayusin.
Correct.
And these are the things that we are working on with the government in aid of legislation. That's one of the missions of MRO. We
And
still have a long way to go.
Yes.
Marami pa
At
tayong
yung mot natin dyan, of course, huwag nyo naman i-abuso. Just because nakamot kayo, di ba?
Oh, and we have rules and regulations. Don't intentionally break them because you think you can get away from it.
Correct.
Okay? It only makes us look worse than we already look bad as it is. So
huwag na natin damayin. Imagine, Jobert, no? Grabe. How do you manage to have time, all this time, this dedication and commitment to fight for the riders?
I don't know. I guess tulad ng sinabi nga ng mga kasama ko, you're a victim of your own success. When we started in 2008, we never imagined that MRO would grow into this, that we would be joining Congress, Senate, in discussing matters of legislation. We never thought that we would get this far. But nandyan na yan eh. We just have to remain focused and true to our word. Make sure that we are not tainted by politics and we are not used by politics as well. And the main thing here is we all live under the Philippine Constitution, and we have to protect it at all costs. Otherwise, the Constitution will just be a suggestion na lang. Hindi na siya nagagamit to protect us. So these are the things that put us to where we are right now, and I guess it is because of the people also. As long as they continue to support MRO and the advocacy of MRO, there will always be people like us, to do this. And I always like to say this: hindi kami habang buhay na dito. We're not getting any younger. We have our own personal lives to live. We have our own personal challenges as well. So hindi kami habang buhay na nandito. So we're trying to impart and encompass the information and education to everyone, so that we can reach a point wherein MRO is no longer needed because the people can defend themselves.
And how do you call this, Jobert? You are one of the founders, or were you the founder of MRO?
I am one of the founders of MRO.
Alone at first? How many were you? No, di ba?
There are at least 12 founders.
Okay.
I presented the idea to motorcyclephilippines.com back in the day.
During Frankfurt's time, yes.
What made it official was a group of riders who came together in University of the Philippines, sa College of Kinetic Arts.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there's at least 12 or 14 of us who were present. And some of these people you actually know. Bimbo Isidro was there. August Ang was there.
He was here earlier. I don't know where he is right now.
He's probably shopping downstairs.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people who were involved. But the only active person up until today is ako nga ho. But I am part of the founding fathers of this organization.
Wonderful. So, Jobert, we are down to our last 5 minutes. So, ito lang, I'm gonna ask you this. Okay. Wala naman na. How is Gilbert Bolanos now as a popular figure to the motorcycle industry?
Ako, personally, it is not something I enjoy very much.
Mhm.
But it is a responsibility that I accepted and I took. It does not provide for my family. It does not, it does not pay for my family or my living. But the thing is, uh, if if I would not do this, who would? We have friends who also does these things. But again, MRO is research based. We are based on the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and since we have dedicated time and effort into studying and understanding the law of this country, uh, it's very hard for us to pass the torch to someone else. Although we are training people right now because I am very close to my retirement. Malapit na ho ako mag-retire. Maybe in the next, siguro the longest I will stay is 3 years. But between now and that 3 years, I am about to retire. We are in the process of training people, but they have to put in their hearts that this is not something that will gain you popularity, fame, money, power. Okay? Walang ganon sa advocacy. Advocacy is a pure volunteer mission. It is not something that you can make a living out of. Okay? I was just privileged enough to have people who support me, who believe in me, who are willing to sometimes cover for the expenses or help us with the expenses. But for the most part, it's out of own pocket.
Okay, but before you retire, Jobert, no? How is Gilbert Bolanos being a controversial dude also against his how do I call them?
It's not fun. It's very stressful. In some cases, it affects our health as well. So, alam mo yun, hindi ito biro. It's not a walk in the park. It's not something na, kung totoo ka sa advokasya mo, it's not something that you can enjoy. But the fact that you're helping out others, the fact that you are fixing what needs to be fixed, gives us a sense of pride and gives us a sense of dignity na cannot be measured in pesos or cannot be measured in fame. It cannot be measured in popularity. Sa totoo lang, kung pwede ko lang ang ibalik yung panahon, gawin kong sikreto yung pagiging chairman at founder ko ng MRO, I would do that because it's not something that I'm really very proud of. Stressful. Very stressful.
Actually, I can understand and I can relate, and I have witnessed what you have been what you went through, and what you are still going through for being so dedicated and committed to fight for motorcycle riders. And of course, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Pero last but not the least, ito yung question ng buong bayan para sa iyo. Gilbert Bolanos ba ay tatakbo sa politics?
Never. For as long as I live, I will never run for politics. I am here to be in aid of legislation, to help fix the issues of legislation, and to help protect the rights of riders. But I will not use it as a stepping stone for my own political gain. Okay, I have no intention, nor I have no tawag dito, hindi ko pinangarap na maging isang politiko. In service ako of the Filipino rider, but it doesn't need to be, I don't have to be a government official in order for me to do that. I can do it as is. Kung ano ginagawa ko ngayon, happy na ako doon, hindi ko na kailangan pang tumungtong pa sa kung saan-saan. No. The answer is no.
No, so malinaw lahat mga kamot-mot and bladers. Gilbert Bolanos is not running for any government position. Correct, Gilbert?
Correct.
Yeah. So, ride na lang daw tayo.
Oo, mag-Philippine loop pa tayo.
Oo nga, correct. Philippine loop. Anyway, ayan, Gilbert, wala na akong tatanong. Nahiya naman ako tanongin ng mga, love life nga. Sige, last but not, ito nang pinakahuli sa lahat. Love life. Because I'm sure nanonood ang love of your life.
Nako, sino?
Ha? Huli
Wala.
ba ako sa balita? Huli ba ako sa balita? Hindi ko. Teka, hindi. Ano na lang, after this show, magkwento ka. Anyway, ka-bladers, now once again, we are live here at Facebook, YouTube, Shopee, and Lazada. So, like, share, and subscribe. Ayan. And take note, just look for Blade Auto Center. That's our social media name. And once again, eto, si popular and controversial Gilbert Bolanos. He's the chairman of the Motorcycle Rights Organization. And I'm gonna see you guys again next Tuesday. Gilbert, again, salamat for being my guest on my first day here at Blade Moto Radio Show.
Always. Thank you, love, and thank you, Blade. I've always been a fan of Blade. Kalidad yung mga produkto nila dito, especially for motorcycles. Madalas akong mamili dito ng mga pangangailangan ko sa pagmumotorsiklo. So, guys, Blade, a good source of motorcycle products.
All right, Bladers, my advice to everyone there is race on the tracks, not on the road. Yahoo!
Blade Radio Live would like to thank the following sponsors. Dub Project, Hero Motorcycle Accessories, Micromagic Premium Car Care, Sparco Racing Accessories, Pioneer, Transcend, Bosch, Pertua, Type S. If you like the programs at Blade Radio, please support our sponsors. And now, let's get back to our regular program.
Kapag ikaw yung may kailangan, dapat okay lang sa akin. Pero kapag ako yung may kailangan sa'yo, ayaw mo akong pagbigyan.
New beginnings, new memories, and next 12 days.
Pinakamatagal na 12 days.
Kahit anong mangyari sa ating dalawa, susuko ha.
Kanina pa lamang kitang masilayan. Nabiganin na ako sa iyong kagandahan. Noong mga panahon na yun, handa na akong mamatay. Marinig ko lamang ang napakaganda mong tinig. Delphine nga pala.
Nelia.
Sensya ka na, Nelia. Hindi na naman nakaalam sa iyo.
Yan ka na naman eh. Ginawa mo na yan dati. Mawala ng basta-basta.
Kung gano'n mo ako katagal pinaghintay, ganun kayong tagal maghihintay.
Ikaw lang ang iibigin ko, Nelia.
Basta huwag mo akong iiwan at sasaktan. Sakit na eh. Ang sakit dito.
Bakit ka nag-iisa? Hinihintay mo pa din?
Gusto ko muna mapag-isa. Victor, si Delphine. Delphine si Victor.
Victor, ang nagmamahal kay Nelia. Delphine, ang nag-iisang mahal ni Nelia. Wala na bang nabanggit sa akin si Nelia na may sinagot siyang isang lalaki na lagi nawawala?
Ang tanong, sino ba talaga sa dalawa yung gusto mo?
Pangarap ko ang Paskong mapayapa, walang kaguluhan, lahat maligaya, walang lahi, walang yaman, salo-salo sa lungkot at saya.
Ikaw ako, sila tayo, iisang mundo ang ating tahanan, iisang pangarap. Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing magkulay ang buhay.
Iisang pangarap,
iisang pangarap. Pangarap ko, ang Pasko ay masaya. Lahat ng tao ay nasa piling ng mahal nila.
karamay ka, kaibigan mo, hinding-hindi ka na mag-isa. Ikaw ako, sila tayo,
isang mundo ang ating tahanan,
isang pangarap.
tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing makulay ang buhay. Tayo'y magsama-sama, sa amin ay makisakay, tayo'y magkaisa. Ngayong Pasko ay magbigay, kami isang pamilya. Halina at makisabay, damhin ang diwa ng saya, gawing makulay ang buhay.
Ikaw ako, sila tayo, iisang pangarap.
Iisang pangarap.
Isang pangarap.
joy and laughter. Let us make the world much brighter. This Blade is better. This Blade is better. This Blade is better. This Blade is better. It's Blade, it's better.
Shout out to all of you out there. This is DJ Edge of Blade Radio, coming straight to your speakers for the ultimate listening experience.
Hello to all the listeners, DJ Saber here. As always, we've got only the best mix of driving music and the widest collection of car accessories and car care services under one roof for you.
That is absolutely right, Saber. So, go ahead, look around, browse through the aisles, and talk to our friendly staff. You'll surely find what you're looking for here at Blade Auto Center.
Meanwhile, let's get right back to the music.
Only here on Blade Radio.
Hey there guys, Saber here. Welcome back to Blade Radio. Here we're always pushing the pedal when it comes to bringing you the best mix of driving music and high quality, value for money car products and services.
You got Edge right here too, and you are absolutely right, Saber. It's all here under one roof. And what's more, our friendly and attentive staff is always on hand to give you expert advice on the latest car products available.
Of course, Blade offers top industry brands like Sparco, 3M, Dub, Meguiar's, Pioneer, Mothers, Garment, and many more, all of course at a very reasonable price.
We hope you enjoy your visit here at Blade Auto Center. Meanwhile, let's get right back to the music. Keep it here and always remember, if it's Blade, it's better.